Hello, this show is brought to you by Megalube. If you can't get in, nothing will.
Welcome to the shit show.
Perfect timing. The intro was removed and the mics were live, so look at you. Just on time here doing that. Welcome to the ADLR Podcast, episode 108. Did I even get that right? Put the right number?
Yep.
Sure did. Okay, cool. I am the host, Anthony, also known as ADLR. I'm Billy Butcher.
Tony the Shovel.
We got Kelsey right there, also known as WyrdTV.
Stop.
We got Randall over here,
You
not liking his.
4.62 milliseconds to respond.
I've seen you headshot people in Counter-Strike. You can do more in less time, so. Okay. I've seen those flick shots. Randall.
What's up?
And we got Bryant on the headphones. Okay, so now we got done with that. Let's do some housekeeping. As of this recording, September 8th, weekend of September 8th, September 3rd, damn it, 12th, Saturday, 24-hour stream will be happening. You guys fucking put in your channel points for it. It's happening. I'm just going to take the time and just put the Extra Life stuff on there too, so it's going to be an Extra Life 24-hour stream. Make sure to donate. Where do you ask? Well, you can go to smarturl.it/SSL for Split Screen Losers, Extra Life, to donate. And you're like, why would I do that? Well, if we get to 1,000, I shave my head, so get your wallets ready. And then that's pretty much it. It says where? What does that mean?
You said that I said where?
Okay. I don't know what that means. That's it pretty much for housekeeping. Site's still under construction, so once I get done with that, that'll be on the housekeeping as well. That's about it. 24 hours Saturday. It's going to be an Extra Life stream, so what we're playing, I have no idea. It's going to be a very, whatever the fuck we're feeling.
That's what I was going to ask you, if you scheduled out anything.
I might just have a pool of games we'll just pick for, hey, we'll play this, and then when we get tired of it, we'll play this.
Play Demon Souls.
I think I have Dark Souls. I don't have Demon Souls playable. I have Dark Souls 3 or 2. So that
if
we
it's
get
2, it's garbage. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
You have 3.
I have 3. Okay, so I have Dark Souls 3. So I mean, we could do that. I think it's 4 people per party, right?
I don't know.
I mean, you'd have to have multiple copies of Dark Souls. It's not like you could just have people join.
Oh, right. That's true. Those are facts. But I don't know. I don't have the game lineup. Maybe by Thursday, I'll just put in a pool of games and be like, this maybe. But nothing set in stone. It's just going to be 24 hours of me energy drinking and trying not to fall asleep. As always. That's it for housekeeping, people. How was your all Labor Day weekend? Randall, I know you were just in your room. You had the whole house to yourself. For the most part. So, how many sexy parties?
0.
You had 100 That's a lot.
0.
Oh. Shit. So what'd you do?
Nothing.
You did not. You sat in your room looking at the wall for 72 hours, is what you're telling me.
Not 72 hours, but a long time. Maybe collectively 6 hours.
So what did you do for the rest of those, Randall? If it's pornography, we can move on.
Did art.
Okay.
Looked at movies.
Nude art?
Played some games. That's it.
Nude art?
No.
Why not?
I don't know.
Oh, well, next time your homework is to look at nude art. Kelsey? What'd you do for Labor Day weekend, dude?
I try to do as little as possible, but you know how that goes.
Yep. Shit just piles on. And it's like, oh,
Right.
Free time. Nope.
Yeah. No, so let's see. I played a lot of Samurai Jack this weekend.
Lit.
This past week, that's basically all I did. I played. I did get to play a bunch of Remnant with Muffins though.
You guys are still doing survival, right?
Yeah.
Nice. And you guys already finished the DLC for the campaign, the 20. I forgot the subject
2923. Subject 2923.
Okay. You already destroyed that, I'm assuming. Y'all like sped on it and then went straight into survival. Yeah.
Yeah.
Figured. I would figure it.
I still need to finish that.
I know, Brian, but now we've passed Madden release, which means now it's just games after games coming out.
That doesn't matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
How many of those Madden release window games have you got?
Everything on Game Pass has come out ever since Madden came out, and Avengers.
All right, so minus Avengers, because I'll give you that one. How many games since then on Game Pass did you install?
Let me look it up. Do 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 do. What did Brian do for weekend?
Well, I don't know. I'm trying to remember now what I did. I played the games on my list with E-Man a bit. Picked up Dragon Ball Fighters again. What else did I do? I worked on music a bit. Finished watching Legion. I think that's everything I did.
Okay. All right, so I have Battletoads installed. I started downloading Tell Me Why, it's the Don't Nod game from Life is Strange people. I was going to download Wasteland, and I'm like, I don't know if it's going to be my thing, but it's her. Then E-Man told me about how XCOM it is, and I'm like, I might just install it. Orwell Z is halfway installed. I had to pause it because I started installing it today because he told me about it on PC. Because it was on Xbox a long time ago. I'm like, I don't think it has crossplay.
What game did I tell you?
World War Z.
Okay, I have to install that, yeah.
I have that installed. And then Tell Me Why, yeah. And I was going to install Star Renegades, and then I saw it's turn-based, and I'm like, oh, damn it. The art looks really cool. That? It's like a party turn-based strategy game. The art's really cool.
But I mean, you're slowly becoming me, I guess, so you might like it.
No, but it's like old, like Pokemon turn-based. It's not like XCOM.
Don't you like Pokemon?
Yeah, but because Pokemon's, they like level up, and you're like, oh, that one looks cool, and and shit like that. But this is just,
Oh, that looks cool.
I just said that. What the hell?
I didn't believe it. Looks like Octopath, kind of.
It's more vibrant.
What game is this?
Star Renegade.
Star Renegade. It's like it came out today on the Game Pass.
I want to play this. And
it's a turn-based RPG. It might be up both of your alleys.
As long as it's not a JRPG, because I it has nothing to do with JRPGs, but I uninstalled Outer Worlds.
Oh, I just got. Why? I started it on my Xbox.
I did not care anymore.
Oh.
So I played it because it feels like gameplay-wise a faster-paced Fallout.
Mm-hmm.
And not just green everywhere, like the color green filter.
Mm-hmm.
And then they try to have me read. Like the characters kept talking to me about the story, it's like the world. I didn't care. I was just there to, and then give me.
Oh, I'm like, what do you mean read? They have voice acting.
I just didn't care about the characters either.
You don't care about Pravati?
I don't hate the game. It's just I just don't care.
Okay.
That game was cool, but it was really slow. And the combat system didn't really do it for me. I felt like you just were at a disadvantage most of the time.
What difficulty did you play it on?
If there was a choice in difficulty, you obviously know what it is that I played it on.
Just in case. Maybe you're just like, oh, normal, because it didn't ask you.
I got to the second planet ship thing before I just uninstalled it. And anytime there's a group of people, I had no issues with them. But I played it on, if there was difficulty, I always picked normal.
There was difficulty. A choice. I don't remember if because I always go to the options before I start a game. So I chose it in the options. I don't remember if it asks you if you start a new game.
Surprisingly, they gave me a sniper. So I don't really like sniping, and I shot a guy in the body and he died. And I was like, alright, well, I guess I'll keep using this.
So this is something I'm keeping. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, with
Uh,
JRPGs, I just don't have the time for them. I think that's why I didn't get the new Pokemon either, because I'm like, it. Yeah, I want to play Pokemon, but it's also a time sink.
yeah. And then there's more Xbox Game Pass games coming. So like, yeah, we can do Remnant, but then there's more and more games coming out. What comes out this week? What's on the dock for this week?
Kingdoms of Amalur remaster, Outer World stuff right after I uninstalled it.
Yeah, and then Bounty Battle, which is that indie fighting game. So I don't know if it's available to PS Plus members or what, but who
It's on
knows?
Steam.
There's just it's back to back to back stuff. So who knows? I wasn't even expecting to play Control last weekend, and I did. And I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. There's a DLC for the fucking game I love. Let me just sit here and then I binged everything. Speaking of that, I did some binging this week. Is all I did. I didn't even play anything. You and Kelsey already saw The Boys, right?
Season 1.
I saw the first season. I think
Okay.
there's a second season out, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, but the second season is being released partially. Like, there's only 3 episodes out instead of the whole
Oh.
thing. So
Okay, I didn't know if it was like every week there was an episode or what or.
yeah, so I guess I'll just get right
Then
into
I'll
it.
wait.
Yeah, I mean, I thought when I saw it was like 3 episodes. I'm like, is that the whole season or they're waiting? But no, it's the whole season 2 is on there for not the whole thing. It's gonna be broken up, I guess. Maybe because of the COVID stuff. I don't know why. I haven't looked up any like statement from them at all. But I'm not gonna regurgitate what you guys said. Yeah, so The Boys, season 1, the first episode. I'm like, okay, this might be interesting. Episode 2, I'm like, I'm in. And then 8 episodes flew by like
okay,
that.
Let me stop you right there. How were you not in on the first episode? A dude literally ran through a person.
But I didn't know much about everyone yet. Like, well, you kind of did because even Homelander at the end of the first episode, he destroys the plane. So I'm like, okay, so he's like the bad guy. But then there's the second episode starts opening up. Oh, what are the heroes? They're literally assets. They're like weapons. Like the government would use weapons, which in turn, which is part of the plot of the season. How can we get the superheroes to be government weapons, or get us in there? So then by she I mean Stillwell, to be part of the DOD, and then that whole shit happens, and you get to meet Billy Butcher. Wolf. That's it. I don't know what Wolf means, but his deep accent with his grit, all about it. Yeah, I liked a bunch of the characters. Everyone seems to have like their own little arc. Simon Pegg being in there was a surprise. I liked him as the dad. He did pretty good.
Who's your favorite character?
Homelander. I am Homelander. Besides certain things, like the plane part where he didn't even bother trying saving the people, I would at least tried. When he was with Maeve on the hair.
I didn't really understand that part. Like he's like, I can't save everybody. Like, but you can. You know, like you clearly carried her up there. Why is it that you can't, carry the plane down? And I understand that he had like kind of an ulterior motive for it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, well, at first I'm like, you can, because you're super fucking fast and you can carry a lot of people at once. And anyway, and then he had that excuse of like, oh, maybe if I push up forward, I'll go through the hole or the ship's hole and whatever. And I'm like, I don't think that's how that works. Like you could control how your force, I would imagine, but I'm not a superhero. But
I mean, you are, but
Homelander's the prime example of what would happen if I tell Randall this every day, that when he wakes up, he should be thanking the Lord that I don't have superpowers, because that's probably my destiny as Homelander. So all of you guys, you can also just thank the Lord every day. I haven't seen season 2, so I don't know if he just gets shut down or whatever, but even though there's only 3 episodes, but I hear there's newer superheroes showing themselves in the second season, so maybe he does have a match.
I don't know anything about the second season. I haven't seen anything or paid any attention to it. I was just excited to hear it was coming out. And I think you mentioned the last time that we would talked about it, that they were releasing it in parts, and I think I stopped being interested until it was all out.
Oh, I didn't know there was going to be released in parts until I finished it. I was binging it. I'm like, next season, because I know it's out. 3 episodes. I'm like, 3 episodes for the whole season? So I Googled it, and they were like, nah, it's just partial. So I was like, okay, I'll wait. Most likely. Yeah, I'm digging everyone's arc. It's quick. The pacing's really fast for me. I don't know. It's only 8 episodes, but so much shit happens for like almost every single person there. The Frenchie kind of had his arc too, but then he met the female, Kimiko. The soup that's with them, I guess, would be the code name. The one that destroyed A-Train's leg.
You talking about the chick?
Yeah, it's like Kimiko or something. He gave her she has a name and he calls her by a name, but I think it's Kimiko, right?
Oh, the one that they saved, the Asian lady.
Yeah, she's in Suicide Squad.
I don't remember her name. It's been too long since I've seen it. I don't remember like anybody's name. I just remember that I just remember what happens to the invisible guy. That one dude is a dick, and they move. They move to some like rural, middle of nowhere.
Oh yeah.
Thing, and
Deep. Yeah, the Deep is the Aquaman of the group.
Yeah.
They do some blatant jabs at DC superheroes. Like blatant, like this is really dumb. I don't know why they do it, and then they play along with it, like the Aquaman stuff. Except they gave him like gills and stuff. I'm like, oh shit, that's different.
Yeah.
The Wonder Woman stuff was okay. Her arc is pretty cool with her seeing Starlight as like what she used to be, and then now what she's turned into. Starlight's is pretty good because she comes from a super religious background, so they had that. I think it was an episode and a half of that, of how religion spinned it. So it's like, oh, God gave them the powers, and it's like, oh, that's what you did. Okay.
I like that they actually like broke down the barrier of that kind of that fiction, where like she's supposed to be this like very pure, very face against the world type thing, and then she starts to like realize that she's been lied to in a lot of aspects of her life, and she isn't just blindly going, no, that's not true.
She reacts like the audience would. It's like, what the fuck, this is stupid.
Yeah.
Like I've been lied to since I was I guess spoilers, but since I was a kid because of the Compound V stuff. And then the mom's like, yeah, I never heard of it. Okay. Word. Butcher's wife thing was not like out of left field, but I'm like, okay, I see what they did for the twist, if that makes sense. And I think that's how it ends. I think that's how it starts for the next season anyway, with what Homelander shows him. And then just Homelander, every time he's on screen, man, he just steals the show from me. I'm like, can't wait to see him on screen and just. And I think it was the last episode, or the episode before last, where Gus shows himself. I need to find out his actual actor, like the actor's name, because I keep calling him Gus, and that's probably disrespectful in some way. But he shows up. I think he's like a general or something in the DoD or something. And he finally gave Stillwell the, yay, we're accepting the superheroes or whatever the heck it is. I'd like to see those two go at it, because Gus always has that I'm the bad bitch in the room face,
In the Get Down, not really.
That's true, because he played like a dad. That's different, but I mean, like, here he's playing like a person in power, so I would imagine he's bringing a bit of the Breaking Bad over and a bit of the Far Cry 6 over. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. He is going to be in that.
Yeah. I got to be honest, that's the sole reason I'm getting it. I just want to see him perform. I don't know, I loved it. Like, I thought it was really cool. It was, and it's super not for kids. This isn't like a Marvel movie where they just say funny shit and move on. Just gore, cursing, sex, everything. It's just as down to like humanity as it is. Like if human beings were able to market superheroes, sell superheroes, I guess.
Crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, it was one of those with like only 8 episodes, but man, so much shit happened. I'm like, oh damn, we're done. Everything flew by. I definitely recommend The Boys. Like, so I might just watch the first 3 episodes just because at this point I'm itching. to continue watching?
I'm gonna wait.
I didn't even
annoyed.
Even the muscle milk, not muscle, my mother's milk. The characters in the crew, they're all fucking hilarious. The French guy, the chemistry's great. It's all good. And shout out to Black Noir, who hasn't done a single thing wrong the entire season.
Black Noir?
Yes. The reason you don't remember him because he does nothing. He just does what he. There's a meeting when Homelander brings in everybody, and it's already. Yeah. And then he's like, "We need to address everyone's fuck ups, and like, unprecedented, like people messing up or leaking shit." And he's like, "Except you, Black Noir, you're doing great." And he just nods, and he's like, "All right."
Like, I think there's only like 4 scenes with him, and one of them I think is him chasing after what's her name?
Yeah, the female. The
Kimi.
I think it's Kimiko or some shit. I'm sorry, I don't remember her name. Yeah, and that's like the only actions. He like throws a bunch of knives and stuff. He seems like Brian's main with the keep him at a distance, but. And then he plays the piano in another scene, and it's just like he's just chilling, dude. He's just doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Him and Invisible Guy were my favorites.
Oh, Translucent, I think his name was.
Yeah, I just like the way he talks.
Yeah, he was a good actor. And then that's when I knew when like this is like okay, this is gonna get raunchy quick. When like the first time you're introduced to him, he's like in the ladies' restroom, and then they leave, and he comes back out. He's like, "All right," and then he just leaves. I'm like, so he can literally be anywhere. And there was like a line of that when Butcher and the deputy director, he's like, "So how Translucent?"
Well.
No, that's Volt. That's the Volt company, the CIA lady, not Mallory, the one that actually helps hide their families by the end of it.
His ex-wife?
No.
I thought it was his ex.
Oh, it is?
Or no, hold on. No, it's his ex-commander, I think. Because the wife is the one they talk about at the end.
I don't know. She's deputy director, and she's currently in the CIA. And he's like, "Do you know what happened to Translucent?" He's like, "I don't know. Fuck all. He could be right in the corner wanking off, and we don't even know about it." And I'm like, "You're right. He's absolutely right. He could literally be anywhere with his dick out. Like, it doesn't even matter." It's good stuff.
I feel like that would be you as a
No, just walking around naked.
Yeah.
They couldn't see it before. Now they can for real.
Oh, they should tagline.
Yeah. Shoot. All right. I think I can go into. I think I briefly went over The Outsider before.
Stay golden.
Pony Boy?
Yeah.
Thank God. I remember something boy. I don't remember if it was like Horsey Boy or some shit. The Outsider, I think before I saw like 2 or 3.
Is that the Quibi show?
No. What you're thinking about is The Stranger.
Oh, God, I wanted to watch that and I forgot it existed until now.
No, the one I'm talking about is The Outsider. It's a miniseries on HBO. Based on a Stephen King book of the same name.
At first, I thought that was like The Outsiders, like the movie with the original movie with was it Tom Cruise and
some big names.
Like all the big names. I can't think of any of them right now.
I thought DiCaprio was in it.
There's a ton of big names.
Wait, are you talking about the Stay Golden Pony Boy Outsiders or different Outsiders?
I think it's the same one. The 1983 film.
I just remember Rob Lowe.
Yeah, Rob Lowe's in it. And so is the Karate Kid. Yeah, Ralph Macchio, Patrick Swayze, Rob Lowe, Emilio Estevez, Tom Cruise, Matt Dillon, and C. Thomas Howell.
Tom Cruise? Is in that?
I don't remember Tom Cruise in it, but remember they're like super young, so...
Yeah, they're super young.
Shoot. Outsider. I think it's 10 episodes long. When I first mentioned it, I was only like 2 or 3 episodes in, which is where all the big old shit's happening. And here's like the big thing with a lot of mystery series or shows. Once you know what the mystery is, it starts to drag on a bit. kind of happened here. For 10 episodes, near halfway, you know what's going on. Now it's time to just catch the perp. Or, like, it's the pursuit. Once you figure out what the... Yo, Brian, what are you breaking?
I forgot I wasn't muted. I opened a power.
Oh, I thought you broke your fingers. I thought you were like, I'm done here. And just ripped your fingers in half. So, yeah, I mean, that doesn't take away from the performances and, like, the dialogue between the characters and stuff. It's just for that main arc of let's clear so-and-so's name. I don't want to spoil it. It kind of drags on a bit, but it still builds up slowly up until, like, I think it's the last episode. The beginning of the last episode, there's, like, a huge shootout, beautifully shot, great characters, I guess, like, great acting by some of the characters. And then the ending kind of, like, goes back down again, where it's like, okay, they beat him, and that's it. And then this kind of resolves itself like I always forget. Is it epilogue at the end?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Prologues before, epilogue after. Okay. So the epilogue then, like, kind of wraps up some loose ends, if that makes sense. Like, go ahead.
No, to help you remember, prologue, PR, preview, right? Epilogue, E, ending.
I like it. That's it. Never asking it again. We're out here. So yeah, it kind of like the beginning 3-4 episodes, like it's at the height of its like, oh shit, what the hell's happening? How's this possible? And then once you get to that point, you're like, oh, this is what's going on. Cool. Now we have to wait for the characters to catch up on what the hell's happening, and then the final conflict, and then it resolves. But it's a lot of time in between that. And it sort of goes into a lull. So for me, it was like intense in the beginning, kind of silver stays his welcome a bit, and then a bunch of fucking action and shit happens, and then it ends. So, go ahead, Ryan.
Do we know of any of those thrillers where you never find out what it is?
Maybe. Putting me on the spot here, I don't remember.
The only thing I can think of is The Thing? The one with,
Kind of,
not,
but you...
Not Jeff Bridges.
It's Russell Crowe. No.
Thank you.
Kurt Russell.
That.
It's Kurt Russell. But not... Kind of, but when the Thing is in the dog pen, you kind of see a lot of it.
So they make it so you know what it is, but you know who it is.
Yeah. So you don't know who's... Yeah, exactly. So that kind of adds a different layer. Yeah. Here is sort of like that, but then they beat him to it before it becomes something else.
Oh.
So it's not like a whoa, what the hell's happened? They figure it out, and then at that point we were just catching up. But again, I think it's still worth a watch because performances by all the characters. Ben Mendelsohn is in it, the guy from. Did you guys see Rogue One?
Yeah.
The chief. Oh my God, Kelsey.
I haven't seen any of the new Star Wars stuff. Like,
I recommend Rogue One. Definitely. It's like it takes place right before episode 4. And it kind of explains why episode 4 starts that way.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people have told me that that one is like the only good one out of the rest, out of everything else that's come out for the most part.
Like that's one of my favorites like that. I'm like, "Oh, it makes 4 and 5 even better."
I'm not big on Star Wars. Like, I watch it as a casual, basically. But Rogue One's probably my favorite of the movies. Now, since I recommended it, he's never going to watch
it. He's in it as playing as Ralph as the main character. Jason Bateman's in there for a bit. And, man, when you see people who, like, step out of their own, like, norm, Jason Bateman's always playing himself, but then he's, like, playing a different character. And, like, he has these dramatic scenes and stuff, and I'm like, oh shit, Bateman, you got it. What's going on here?
Season 1 of Ozark.
I believe it. After I've seen him perform here, he had like a really good scene with Ben when he was in holding because he's been accused of killing a boy. That scene, I'm like, oh, I will always remember that scene for Bateman because he did a good job delivering it. And then I don't know where else she's in. Did you guys see Widows? Okay. Well, one of the chicks from Widows is in here. She plays a very odd person who, to me, I think she has shine because it's Stephen King universe. So you know how like they're all connected through the shine.
Okay.
I think she has one of those. She's a person who shines because she has some sort of ability where her memory works. Like she can remember shit that she shouldn't be knowing or remember, like shit about a movie she's never seen, but she can't remember things she did like last week. I'm like what she ate or something. Like it's weird.
Is that
Like
me?
she can step into a room and be like she knows what's happened in the room, in the past who knows how long, and it's like what? So she a detective because with that kind of ability you kind of
Right.
yeah. She's like a
You
person.
walk in. So the guy's 6'2", 342 pounds, stabbed her with a knife.
Yeah, like she's a really good investigator, so it's like she gets on the case as well, and then stuff happens. Again, the characters and stuff are all great. It's just the pacing after it could have been less episodes. I guess it would have been. It's my only complaint, and that's it, man. I recommend it. Randall, you saw a good chunk of it. What do you think?
I thought it had its tense moments, but then it got dry.
Yeah, near the end, or like even in the middle.
Well, from the point that I started watching it up until the end, I guess it was interesting to me because I didn't know much about what was going on, so I was trying to pick up the pieces.
Uh-huh.
But the ending was lackluster.
Mm-hmm. What do you think of this, the last conflict there? The shootout, I guess.
That was definitely a good part of the series.
That was a really good scene. Yeah, like that was crazy.
I didn't expect them to take it that far, but it was a good move.
But yeah, that's. It's a mini series. It's not gonna be another season. If you're trying to watch something that's kind of mysterious, it doesn't get scary at any point. It always has that spook factor and like, oh, what the fuck's happening? Mystery to it. I recommend it. The Outsiders was really cool. And that's it. I don't think there's gonna be another one, so because it's labeled as a mini series anyway.
Cool.
Yes, sir. Randall, you, sir, watched a hot ticket item this weekend. Mulan. Pushed.
I thought you were talking about Superman.
I mean, I was also there's another there's I think another Superman movie that's coming out this year as well that I was looking forward to. I don't think it was Man of Tomorrow, but I think there's another one coming out. But did you see who's in this Superman movie?
No, I haven't. I don't know anything about it.
The janitor's in it
Is he really?
from Scrubs.
Wait, it's live action.
No, his voice.
Oh, does he
Who's
say
he
Kimball?
voicing? Where
I
is he?
forgot. He's like the third or fourth top build.
Oh, Jonathan. Oh, he's John Kent, which I think is the dad.
The dad,
Mhm.
yeah. And then you have what's his name playing Lex Luthor,
Zachary Quinto.
Yeah, and then Alexander Daddario is Lois. Like that's some really crazy names in it. After Randall put it on there, I started to look at it.
But I don't remember who any of these people are.
Yeah, I don't.
Zachary
I think,
Quinto's from Star Trek, the new one with Chris Pine. Alexander Daddario's been in a bunch of stuff. Baywatch, if you've seen it. She's in
Yeah, I
that.
know who Alex is.
She's in True Detective. I think it is, the first season, with Woody Harrelson and. Oh my God, Anthony! All right. Matthew
Oh,
McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey.
There you go, Matthew McConaughey. I'm so sorry, Matthew.
I just said Rampart.
That's Woody Harrelson.
Yeah. No, but in my head, that was his name.
Rampart.
Is Alexandra Ladies Purdy?
You've probably seen her before. She's in a lot of stuff. There's some good names on there. But anyway, Mulan. We'll get to Superman in a bit. Getting your notes.
I wanted to look up something that I wanted to mention about the movie, but I forgot to look it up.
Which one, Mulan or Superman?
Mulan.
Okay. You want me to buy some time?
Nah, I can talk about it. It was a good movie. What I'm looking up right now is tomatoes. I saw some people say that they didn't like it, or they weren't. See, it has a
Talking about
It has a-
Mulan.
Yeah.
it has a 76.
On Rotten?
Oh snap!
So a lot of people
So-
aren't liking it because it seems to ruin her character. There are a lot of people are also boycotting it because the main character has tweeted out support for Hong Kong police.
Oh, so it's like a political thing.
Yeah.
In there.
So there's a lot of tension with this film because the main character is supporting the Hong Kong police and the riots and everything that's going on right now.
Okay, so is there any way to? Well, I guess Randall, you're probably the reviewer that didn't know any of that and just watched it for what it was.
Yeah, man, I didn't know any of that stuff. But the critics gave it a 76 and the people gave it a 54.
Do you think that's tied with the boycotts and?
I would think so. I mean,
let's disregard those numbers.
I was in the dark with all that information, so I went into the movie knowing nothing. I've never seen the original, so I thought it was good. Because Jet Li was in it and Donnie Yen, which I was really surprised.
That kind of leads.
Mulan?
What?
Yes, if they were Mulan.
Was the dragon in it?
No. I think they made a statement that he wasn't going to be in it. But I mean, Randy, you saw it, so.
I don't know anything about a dragon.
From the animated, I
never saw the original. I just said that.
Oh, my bad. I didn't even know. Oh, so you have nothing to compare it to.
Yeah, that was like the first thing I said. I haven't seen that.
Oh, I didn't even. Oh, this is a crazy take then. Okay, so without watching the original, not knowing any of the behind the scenes politics stuff that's tied to this film,
I don't know any lore. I don't know anything.
You just sat down and said, "Oh, hit me with some Mulan."
The only reason I watched this is because I knew Donnie Yen was in it.
Okay, so at least it's a question I was actually gonna ask. Like I was looking forward to action sequences.
The action sequences were good.
But is it like Hollywood stuff or Asian cinema style?
Asian cinema style.
Okay, great. That's all I really wanted to know. I'm in.
I don't think there's. I could be missing, but I don't think there's any Americans in this movie.
I don't think so. From the trailer that I saw, I didn't see any.
It's all from the Asian culture.
Question for you, Randall. Hold on, I lost it. Fuck. Oh, is there any singing?
No.
Okay.
So he's definitely gonna like this more than the original. Because
there's no singing.
No, that's what he said.
How's he gonna know they're gonna make a man out of her?
Right.
That's a good song, Randall. Man,
that's like the best part.
Oh man. I mean, that's also nostalgic for me because that song was lit.
I think if they would, for me, in my opinion, I think that if they would have started singing,
you would have gotten from the tone
I'd
of
have
it.
Been disgusted.
Yeah, because it doesn't seem like it's the same tone and atmosphere.
It's pretty harsh to say that, but the way the movie was presented to me, it was like it was more grounded for me to like engage in. It wasn't. I feel like at any point in time, even if like it would have been an ideal spot to start singing, it would have taken me out of the movie because the movie was. The way it was paced, the seriousness of it was, I don't know. It just wouldn't have.
It would have been like a left turn.
Yeah, it would have been like, why is she singing?
Yeah. Okay.
Or why this? Especially if you said like, I don't know.
So you're saying it's grounded, right? So there's no like magic shit. So I guess you say there's no
magic.
Okay.
Well, it is a witch, and she's.
Is there a tiny dragon?
Nah, Brian asked that.
No.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. I was looking at the characters. I think when you asked it.
Wait, are you? So there was no dragon, but there was a phoenix.
No.
So maybe the phoenix replaced the dragon.
I don't know.
Was it a little phoenix? Like, was it following her?
Yes.
Like a pet?
I mean, she never interacted with it. It just like followed her and guided her.
Randall, I'm talking like this is your companion. Like you know how with Pokemon, there's always
never
walking
had a
with
conversation
you.
with it.
Okay, no, not the same thing.
Yeah, in the original, it's like a familiar type thing.
Wasn't it Eddie Murphy that voiced it?
Yeah,
in the original?
he sure did.
And I'm pretty sure in the movie, she was the only person that could see it.
So it
yeah,
sounds
it's
like
not.
it might have been, but that I don't really understand why they would do that.
Well, like you said, I think they went they went grounded route, as grounded as they can with a spice of magic. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the Disney animated is kind of the opposite. Well, they full-fledged embrace magic, and there's like familiars and stuff, and there's a song, and then the song, and then
The song.
yeah. But anyway, okay. I gotta watch this.
Today early, I was thinking about watching the original, but then after this conversation, I don't think I want to.
You're not gonna like it because it's like an old Disney, like Lion King. You know how the old ones they had like it has serious moments, but it still has music in it. Like it's still funny and stuff.
I like Lion King though.
You like the original Lion King?
Yeah, I love the original.
Then you would like
You might like this.
like the Disney version of Mulan is awesome.
Just give it a shot.
There's very few movies that I can watch that has singing in it that I actually like. Because for whatever reason, I don't know why. Maybe because I was little when I saw it. But watching The Lion King, it doesn't, even though they're singing, it doesn't feel like, I guess it's so, the way it's integrated is so perfectly, it doesn't like take me out of the movie when they start singing.
Yeah, it's not a musical. It's the way that they do it in Mulan is a similar style. It's like there's the movie, and then there's like singing parts that help kind of move the story along. It's not just like everything is a musical and the whole time they're just singing everything that they're doing.
I recommend watching it. One, it gives you just another thing to compare something to. You can be like, oh, okay, I like this for this. I don't like this because of this. It's more knowledge.
I watched La La Land already.
I don't think he'll like La La Land at all. But if he liked Lion
Greatest
King,
Showman, he liked Lion King. And then I still think Baby Driver's a musical, and he liked all those things. He would like. La La
I don't
Land
remember you saying you like Greatest Showman. Yeah, Greatest Showman. If that's like La La Land, but a little bit more not artistic, but like a little bit more visual. If that makes sense.
I guess the reason why I like The Greatest Showman was because that's kind of what the movie was about, was being a performer.
Oh, okay.
So it kind of, it meshes well with the story. It's not like I just killed somebody, let me sing about it all of a sudden. So that didn't I thought that was a really good movie.
What about? I mean, La La Land kind of is it because one of the characters is trying to be a jazz music, like own his own jazz club, and he's super into jazz. Like there's a scene where he like he's frustrated on why no one gets jazz.
I guess as long as it's not in my type of way of being cheesy. If it's not cheesy, then I guess it wouldn't bother me. But the minute that it's like way out of left field, it's almost kind of like sometimes when I see musicals, the reasons why it takes me out of it because it feels like they're like, "Hey, I'm singing," versus like, "Oh snap, they're singing."
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think you should just watch the Mulan, the original one, and then if after the first song you're like, nope, this is exactly what I hated, shut it off. Then I don't know.
I really like the original Disney version. I don't feel like it was forced. I feel like a lot of it was like very well placed and just has a nice
Flow to it.
a nice moving the story forward. It explain. Usually when they're singing, they're explaining stuff so that you are like kind of upbeat with everything versus I don't know. I don't even know what a good comparison would be.
So the Mulan movie, it's not like a musical where as they're sneezing for whatever reason, someone says "bless you" and then like "bless you" and then there's the song. They use it as like a transition. So like "Make a Man Out of You," while that's being like sung, performed.
Yeah, performed.
It's during like a montage of her being trained to an extent.
Yeah, the whole army is getting trained. So while that's happening, there's a song over it. Instead of just watching cut into whatever they're training.
It's just there's no singing.
There's no singing. Yeah. But now, while you're watching that, you get a nice song to it. That's it. With some funny lines in it. because they try to put in comedy within the song as it's happening visually on the screen. I don't know. I think you might you'll benefit from it because at the end of the day you'll know. Okay, I definitely didn't like it. Or if not, oh shit, I kind of like the old Disney anime. And then you can go down the list: Little Mermaid, Lion King. What else? You already saw Lion King.
Cinderella's my favorite.
Cinderella's good. Hunchback of Notre Dame, was that Disney?
Yeah, pretty sure that was Disney.
That has some good songs in it. Pocahontas. I didn't really like Pocahontas that much.
I'm just saying it was the thing. I don't remember most of that movie.
I don't know what else at the top of my head. Oh, Aladdin.
Yeah, Aladdin.
Like Robin Williams at like peak freaking comedy right there. Like not peak comedy, energy. I don't know. Like he's playing as a genie. Like he is Genie. So
I mean, him and what's his name, Eddie Murphy were like on par with just being hilarious in anything that they did. They just had so much energy and brought so much life to whatever it is that they were doing.
Like Eddie Murphy's in Mulan. He plays the dragon we're talking about, and he does a fantastic job. I don't know. I think it's to your benefit to watch it. For either like confirming, nah, this ain't me, or oh snap, this is actually pretty fun.
Watch La La Land or lose my number.
Lose it?
La La Land?
Oh. It's a musical starring Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone. Pretty good. Where are we at here? I don't think if I asked you dialogue, is it in English or is it subtitled?
It's in English.
It's in English? Okay. And everyone's okay. Cool. Would you have rather listened to it like since everyone's Asian and it takes place in an Asian place, would you have rather heard it in Asian with subtitles or were you fine with English?
I'm fine with English, but I always will pick
authenticity. So if it was you would have been like, let's just do it all in, because it takes place in China, right?
I'm assuming so.
So yeah. Mandarin or what is Mandarin, right?
Yeah.
You would have gone with Mandarin and just subtitled it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because even like you can tell that Jet Li doesn't speak English a lot.
Oh, because it's like thick accent.
You could tell like he's thinking about what he's saying
instead of naturally delivering the line.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's my last question.
And I feel like.
Oh, I got one more.
I got one more.
Go for it. You feel like what?
No, you go.
You were in the middle of something.
What do you feel like?
I don't remember what I was gonna say. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Jet Li English, and it's something he said, think about what he's saying. And then he said, I feel like.
I don't remember.
Okay.
He remembers.
All right, my last question is, how was the villain? Oof. Okay. So it's just whatever? Like the last fight scene with the villain wasn't good, nothing?
So the lady that was they called her a witch, who had very strong chi. She's in the cartoon too, as well.
I don't remember.
I don't remember. No.
The main villain in the animated version is the Mongols. I think it is.
Yeah.
It's like one dude who's trying to basically rule over everything.
Well, it's the same thing in this movie, but it's the son of a guy that the emperor killed. So the emperor had a battle before with them and killed the leader.
Should have been a Khan, right?
Yeah, and his son rose, and now he's trying to exact revenge on them.
Yeah, I mean that sounds similar to what I remember from the animated movie.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's been so long since I've seen it.
Same.
He's the main antagonist. He's like the guy pulling all the strings.
Mm-hmm.
But he has a witch. Well, everyone calls her a witch because she has abilities like she can change into a bird or not a bird. It's a bird, but it's an eagle.
Mm-hmm.
And like in the middle of a fight, she'll like change her hand to be talons.
Oh.
And like claw people or whatever. Obviously, she can fight. But this character is not in the original?
I don't remember if she is. I remember Khan, because he was like the big one that was always on screen.
There was something that... So, one of the gripes I do have with the movie with this character is that she has these abilities where she can transform and shapeshift. So she pretty much has Shang Tsung's powers. Like, she can change into anybody.
Even a human. Okay.
So even a human being.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if the person that she imitates is dead or not. I just know that you don't see him anymore. So maybe she does have to kill him.
And then take like their life essence or some shit.
I don't know. They never hint at it. I just know like sometimes like she appeared as a bird at this guy's window. And he was looking at the bird. And then next thing you know, you see that same guy talking to the emperor, but it ain't him. It's her. Pretending to be him.
Maybe she disposed of the body.
Maybe. I don't know.
Mine. Your soul is mine.
It doesn't seem like she's that type of person, though. But anyway, her main story was that she was like the main character Mulan, where she was her chi was very strong and she showed a lot of potential when she was younger. But of course, in their culture, women are not supposed to be warriors. That whole thing.
Yeah.
So if you do that, you get shunned and all that stuff like that. Well, that's what happened to her, to the point where like she had no family, no friends, nowhere to go.
Ah, okay.
And the guy who's leader of the Mongols was promising her pretty much like a spot in his kingdom or organization or whatever.
Once he ruled over, yeah.
Yeah. So what bothered me about her character was that she is so you got this character that can change into an eagle, who can shapeshift, who has abilities to throw knives and weapons out of thin air like Hela.
Oh, that's pretty good then.
Like she just manifests a throwing projectile and throws it. It like there's no backpack or no belt or anything like that. She just goes like this and then she's throwing something at somebody.
Okay.
So you got all these abilities, and she could do the thing like Fang does in Street Fighter, where she uses the edge of her sleeves, and she can make them go far and tangle people and throw them and all that stuff.
Oh,
she has all these abilities, but yet she's yielding to this guy just because she wants to be part of a family, quote unquote. Which, okay, I understand that family's important to you, but like, not to the point where he's talking down on you and pretty much calling you a slave to your face. Mm-hmm. And then
maybe because his dynasty maybe because if she does anything to him, they're not gonna follow her. They're just gonna run instead of.
Well, they're following him. He's just using her as a tool.
That's what I'm saying. But if she does something to him, maybe some will follow her through fear. But if not, they just go back to their kingdom. Because I'm assuming he has like a huge kingdom.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know.
My point is that at the end of the movie, he goes to kill Mulan by shooting an arrow at her. So imagine this is a cliff, and you and I are talking face to face.
And it's right here?
You and I are talking face to face, just like him and the girl.
Okay.
Mulan is down on the first floor, but imagine it's like really far.
Okay.
I'm her and you're him. I see that you're getting ready to shoot Mulan with an arrow.
Okay.
I'm this close to you.
Yeah.
Instead of doing something about it, I jump, transform into an eagle, and fly in front of the arrow and take the arrow just before it hits Mulan.
Instead of just doing this?
Instead of just stopping the event from happening to begin with.
Oh, sad. They got to show off that.
And this is how she dies in the movie. Because, you know why? Because she was so OP, they had to come up with a stupid reason to kill her.
To get her out of the way. Yeah, that's really dumb.
Wait, she got hit by the arrow?
Mm-hmm.
She deliberately flew in front of the arrow to stop it from hitting Mulan.
So she jumped in front of it like you see people jump in front of a bullet.
But she was an eagle.
So the thing that's stupid is, before the arrow was shot, this is how close she was to him.
Yeah, they were having a conversation, her and the Mongol leader.
So she literally could have just turned her hand into a giant claw, slashed him in the face, or even cut the string for the bow,
yeah,
and then been like, okay, we're done.
Nope, I'm gonna go fly in front of it.
The situation was, event happens, A, kill Mongol leader. B, kill Mongol leader. C, kill Mongol leader. Except for she went D, transform into an eagle, wait for arrow to hit Mulan, jump in front of arrow, sacrifice self.
That's a dumb move.
At first, I thought you meant like take the arrows and she turned into an eagle, caught the arrow, and then left with it.
That's what I thought he said. He meant.
No, she sacrificed herself.
Okay, that's stupid.
That's kind of dumb, yeah.
I was gonna say if you can turn to an eagle and deflect the arrow, I would rather do that than just shove you. But if she killed herself, then that's stupid.
That sounds really dumb.
I would turn to a gun.
All right. I don't even know. I think they had cannons back then.
I just didn't understand that part because it made no sense whatsoever.
Well, now you're telling me, and I'm like, yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Like, she deliberately led Mulan to this guy because Mulan knew, like, her and Mulan had a conversation about, how they are similar and all that stuff like that. And Mulan,
you and me are the same,
Mulan's trying to convert her to, like, look, I understand that you've done some bad things, but you can change. You have the opportunity now to change. Mm-hmm. So she changes into an eagle and leads her to the guy. Now she's taking her to the guy so that Mulan can defeat him. Even though she could do it herself.
Yeah.
Transforms back into a human, has a conversation with him while Mulan is running up. Knowing, because she's not stupid, knowing that this dude is going to get mad because obviously Mulan is here to destroy his plans. Mm-hmm. You know what's about to happen.
There's going to be retaliation, obviously. He's not going to be like, oh, you're here.
She watches the dude face get angry, pulls out a bow and arrow, and instead of doing something right there, let me fall back, transform into an eagle, fly down there, and take this arrow to the head. I was like, what? I was like, okay. All right.
That sounds so stupid.
It was dumb. And then the fight between Mulan and the Mongol leader was just, I don't know, man. It's like, and I hate to make this this is the last thing I'm gonna say about this. I've watched a lot of movies over time, obviously, and one of the biggest gripes that I used to have is like you have a leader, and I'll be like, well, why in the world, particularly with a lot of American movies, you'd be like, why in the world are all these people following this one guy? They could easily beat him.
Yeah.
Now, in a lot of cases, and particularly like the Joker has smarts, and he has the ability to create an environment for his guys so that they can rule, because that's what they're all after. They just want power. So if everyone fears the Joker and you're with the Joker, then that means that everybody fears you as well.
Yeah.
But in a lot of cases, the dude can't really fight. He's just leading people. And I'm like, why would you be afraid of this guy?
Oh, he can't fight in this one? In the animated,
he
can throw down.
He can fight.
Oh.
He can fight. Somewhat.
Oh, okay.
But it's like, to me, I'm like, okay, he's leading this group, but his skills are like subpar at best.
Oh, okay.
Yet you ask yourself, or I ask myself, I'm like, okay, Jet Li is the emperor of everything. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking to myself, like, well, usually in Asian cultures, the guy that's top dog, he can really throw down usually.
Yeah.
It just so happens that he's usually really old. So he has people there to protect him.
But worst comes to push comes to shove, he's like, I still got my stance.
So I was kind of thinking that when they first show the Emperor, you see Jet Li sitting on top of the throne, and you're thinking to yourself like, oh man, he must be really old. He probably can't really do anything much or whatever. When he got word that they were like still coming after his city and killing people, he was like, you know what? I'm going out there and I'm gonna kill him myself with my own hands. And I'm like, oh snap. So it's like 5 dudes following him, like his guards.
Like the Royal Guards or something.
Yo, he is making light work of these people. First of all his guards that was supposed to be protecting him got bodied immediately. Jet Li killed all of them. He's like dodging arrows, he's catching arrows just before they hit his chest.
If only that witch could do it. Dude. He didn't even need an eagle, dude.
The only reason he got caught, which again I think this is still like one of those plot situations where I think is bad, is like it was a bunch of Mongols at the top. They all shot arrows at the same time that was attached to ropes, and then they would run in a circle and it would bind, like it would tie him up.
Yeah.
So that's how he ended up getting caught. Even though I feel like
he could have done
he
something.
could have took out his sword and cut all the arrows as fast as he was moving, or as good as he seemed to be.
Yeah.
But
if nothing else, you should watch Mulan, the animated one, because the Emperor has one of the most badass lines in the entire ever.
Oh, I don't even remember. I don't know what line you're talking about. Don't ruin it. I guess tell us later. I don't know, or message us. I don't remember the line.
I'll put it in the podcast call.
Okay.
But yeah, so the Emperor, I'm like, okay, I see why an entire kingdom is following you. Like, you're not someone to be messed with.
You're not just rotting in a king's chair.
Yeah, but this guy who's the son of the previous leader of the Mongols is like, he's having a hard time with Mulan. Don't get me wrong, Mulan is like got some serious skill, but I was just expecting a more intense fight. It was
it's not Jet Li as the bad guy.
Who?
Jet Li?
No, Jet Li is the emperor.
Then where's Donnie Yen?
Donnie Yen is a general.
Oh, so they didn't put him. Oh, I thought they were going to be put against each other.
No, they were on the same
side.
Then
who plays the emperor? Or not the emperor, the Mongol
leader?
Yeah.
I forget his name. I've seen him before. I just don't know his name.
I thought it was going to be like Jet Li versus Donnie Yen.
Donnie Yen plays the general. Like, he's the one that's in charge of training them and leading that army.
Oh, so he's supposed to be the one singing with Mulan.
Yeah, exactly.
I know. Okay, I know what character he plays now. Ah, okay.
So yeah, that last fight was just
not what you expected. You rather watch Donnie Yen and Jet Li fight each other. I even spar at that point.
I have this weird thing where I don't like to see like my favorite actors fight each other.
Oh my god, I think
that's the best, man. Especially when you have two
like renowned fighters. Like I love watching that.
I don't want anyone to lose. I don't want anyone to win. Like, I like both of them.
Well, they can end it like a Rocky thing. Like, they both throw a kick and they hit each other in the face, roundhouses, and then it'll freeze frame. And there you go.
It's just like usually when I watch martial arts movies, especially if it's centered around a guy that I already like or know, usually I might come across a guy that I'm not familiar with who's also good in martial arts, so I'm not really
attached to him in any way.
Yeah, I'm not rooting for him. So then the fight usually ends up being really good because it's like, obviously I'm rooting for Jet Li or Donnie Yen, but this other guy, I don't know who he is, so whatever.
Oh, no, I like seeing both. I think there was a movie with Jackie Chan and Jet Li going at it. I think, if I remember correctly, and that was dope.
It was. It's, what is it called? The Monkey King.
Is that what it was? Yeah.
Monkey King, yeah.
I think I saw that one. I'm like, oh, that fight was pretty cool.
I have a random fighting movie question for you guys.
Go for it.
What's the movie of the one with MMA with Tom Hardy?
Fighter?
With the brothers.
It was Tom Hardy and Bale.
No, the other guy.
Oh, you talking about Warrior? I think it's called.
I think that's the one.
Yeah.
Warrior.
Which one of them are you rooting for?
Hardy for me, obviously, because
for me, obviously, Hardy.
That man is big body in that movie. That man is fucking.
You mean like when he fought his brother?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't think I was rooting for anybody. I was just thinking like. I think when I saw it, I was thinking that his brother was like going to let him win, or not let him win, but like not fight him because it was his brother. Because up until that point, Tom Hardy was just like he was bodying people. Like as soon as the match would start, he would beat people in like 5 seconds, and then he would just leave.
Yeah.
So I think I was just thinking like he's probably gonna like throw the fight, but then he didn't. So I was like kind of surprised. So
I think my favorite fight in that one was that like punk dude who had the spiky hair was like talking shit, and Hardy just comes out, just like shoulders him in the face, drops him to the mat, punches him once, and leaves.
That the guy that did like the capoeira, I think it was.
I think so. But the guy was like just a douchebag, and he was like talking shit the whole time, and then was like talking about how he's gonna just lay him out. Hardy like starts the match. Like the match starts, he literally like bum rushes him, shoulder checks him in the face, drops him to the mat, and then just is like, "I'm out. See ya."
He said, and then he just yelled time.
Oh wait, are you talking about in the very beginning when he went to the sparring thing? He was like, he was paying people money to keep the guy warm or some junk like that. And the dude was like,
he was talking match. I think that is in the beginning.
I think it's like either he was like the owner or something like that. And he was trying to tell Hardy, he's like, nah, you don't want to get involved in this or whatever. And then the guy started talking junk or whatever.
Yeah.
As soon as they said go, he just started like tearing him apart, man.
That was a good move.
He like caught him with like a cross or something like that, picked him up and then body slammed him. Like you could hear the people in the back go like, oh!
That would have been me. I'd be like, God damn.
Yeah.
He was big in that movie, dude. Like he was huge. And then I'm assuming that's why he probably punched the actor in real life and knocked him out and then walked out. I'd believe it if that was the story.
In the second Creed movie, I was rooting for the Russian kid.
Really?
Why?
I liked his story. I feel like there's more there.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. The second Creed movie. I thought we said Creed, and I thought Rocky, and I'm like, you for the Russian? I'm like, what? And you talking about? Okay, you talking about his son? Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that was a good.
I also really like the Russian as a character. Anyway, that's 4 though, by the way. Rocky 4.
Oh, but I like both of their backstories before the fight. So I'm like, okay, yeah, it's gonna be a good fight. They both have shit on the line.
Favorite part is when his dad's like, break him. I'm like, oh shit.
Oh damn, dude, he's about to break him.
I felt something for him because of the way he was raised.
Yeah, him abandonment issues, like the
abandonment
mother, like
from his mom.
Yep.
And like how everyone just looked down on him and his father because his father lost the fight. Like they had to relocate, and their name means nothing anymore. Like that junk sucked. And then you see his job that he has to do in order to survive. Like that junk was everything they did was just horrible and rough. So I was kind of like, I felt for him, like I wanted him to come up or whatever. Up until he started talking junk.
Well, that's part of I mean, he probably meant it, but like the talking junk stuff is normal in boxing, you know.
And then when he punched Adonis in the face when he had his knee down,
oh yeah,
I was like, nah.
Randall just the last bit he had of pity,
yeah,
he chucked it. He's like, Randall was in the back going, break him.
like come on, man.
Man, that was a good one. I should rewatch those two.
I didn't see the first one. I just saw the second one.
First one's really good. What are we talking about? Mulan. Do you recommend Mulan?
For somebody like me in my particular situation, yes.
Okay.
But if you're somebody who's seen the original movie,
I'll probably have to watch it this week then.
You might have to go in there with discretion.
I'm gonna watch it because I can separate the whole like politics stuff attached to it. I just want to compare it to the first one, see if the new route's better or if I enjoy it more, if I like parts of it. I'll check it out. The one thing I was like worried is like I hope it's like actual cool action sequences because it's in China, you know, like they know martial arts, they know everything like that in that time. Like even in the animated series, the movie, like they showed somewhat of knowledge of fighting. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I hope they didn't just Hollywood it up and just quick cut like what was it, Brian, the Iron Fist or whatever.
There was barely fighting in that.
That's what I was afraid of in this. So if they have
this
legit,
is like this ain't none of that. We're gonna have the camera 2 inches away from the body,
like this close,
and all you're gonna see is blurry movement and flailing.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna be able to. You just gotta know that something went past the screen. It's
and
not
someone
like
got hit.
You can see full body movement. You see what people are doing because they either they had extensive training or they actually know martial arts. Which in most cases they probably do know martial arts.
Shout out to the Bourne series and Atomic Blonde.
Yeah, when you guys are saying that, it's like I want to watch Atomic Blonde. I think. Again.
Yeah, Atomic Blonde. They were like, let's do this right. Charlize Theron. She should have been. I know, Brian. Captain Marvel.
Dude.
Yeah.
Atomic Blonde.
I think you'll enjoy it. It's Charlize Theron just kicking ass, dude. Like legit fighting choreography. I don't know if it's her doing it, but like the way they shot,
they said that she did, I think, like 90% of it herself.
Well, then it does a fantastic job. Like, if you want to see a cool action movie with Charlize Theron, watch Mad Max, but then also watch Atomic Blonde.
If you want to see who should have been Captain Marvel,
a lot of Tom Cruise's stuff is that he started getting more and more into doing like his own stunts and things. Like for the Mission Impossible stuff, he started doing like all of his own stunts.
Have you seen the latest one, Fallout?
I don't think I've seen the latest now.
Watch that. Because he's like, they have cameras on him flying a fucking helicopter and jet, and then on a bike that's going fucking Mach whatever through cars, and I'm like, Tom Cruise is fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, there's one where he like jumps from one building to the next, and he actually like dislocates his foot as he's like hitting the building.
Ooh.
And he manages to like stay in character. He screams out in pain, but then gets up and kind of hobbles off screen, and then they yell cut. But I can't even imagine what kind of pain he was in.
Probably a lot.
When he does it, yeah.
I think I know what scene. Is it from this movie, the latest one? Because I know what scene you're talking about. He jumps between, like, from quite the jump. And I'm like, if he did that shit, that's crazy.
It's not the new. It's the last. Yeah.
The other one, and grabbed the edge, but like. And you don't notice it because it just happens so fast. But I was watching him on the Graham Norton show, and he points out, he's like, yeah, so I actually like tore some stuff up in the ankle.
Oof.
And like watch the movie and pay close attention, you can see his foot like hit the wall and just bend, out of socket and things.
like out of pocket. Dude.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, watching his latest like Mission Impossible series, like Fallout, the one before Rogue Nation, and Onward, I think it is. They're fucking awesome, dude.
I think it was the second one. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was the second one. But you remember one of the Mission Impossibles where there's a close up where he's fighting somebody and the knife comes down and it like stops just before his eye?
Uh-huh.
That's not CG. They actually tied a like a little rope or something to the end of the knife, and they have it go like they pull it down, and the rope stops it exactly just before it gets to his eye.
Tom Cruise, slow it down. No, that's I would not do that. Yeah, Bryant, exactly. I don't like sharp objects in my fucking eyes.
Yeah.
And
when I got LASIK, like I was freaking out the entire time with LASIK. They're like, okay, we're gonna put some pressure on your eyes, and your vision is gonna go black in that eye. And I'm like, I'm done. I'm out. I don't want to do this.
Nope. No. God bless you. Because no, absolutely not. I'm like, no, I'm done. Give me my money back. I'm out of here, bro. Oh, all right. So yes, you do recommend Mulan for people who are in your position. All right, cool. I'm curious to watch it now because I had it on there. I have so many things to watch that came out this year, so I haven't watched it. All right.
I've only seen 2 movies from this year.
Yeah, you really need to catch up. But I'm missing some stuff that I've had on my like watch list. I'm like, ooh, that's coming out. I gotta watch.
I mean, I'm going through like older stuff. Like you saw, I finished Preacher and Legion finally. So
you didn't put that on here. You don't really want to talk about it.
It's too late now. The document will be locked.
Oh my God! Thank you, Kelsey. Hold on. Don't you fucking dare write anything.
Jesus Christ!
How did I do it before? Oh. What happened? Oh, there you go. Bam,
What?
bam, bam. We good. Thank you for reminding me. Lit.
I didn't write it. I mean, Judy reviewed it a while ago, and I don't really have too much to say about them.
Gotcha.
I will say, out of the 2, I think I preferred the ending of Preacher more than the ending of Legion.
Gotcha. Okay.
But the entire time I'm watching Legion, I'm just like, what the first third of every episode, like, what the fuck is happening? And then the actual episode starts, basically.
Pretty much. What do you think of? I mean, you guys aren't gonna watch it. What do you think of Charles?
Favorite character.
Yeah, he was really
when
good.
They spawn the weapons.
Yep.
Flail. And the second I saw this, when he went to the shirt, I'm like, favorite character.
Yeah, they did a good job. By Charles, I mean Charles. Yeah, even the mom too. Yeah, Charles Xavier. You saw him as well? He didn't watch it. Look at this fucking grin.
Is she not the wife of the Swedish guy from Mr. Robot?
Yes, that's her.
Okay. They're my favorites.
They did a really good job. They did a good casting for Charles. I thought it was gonna be like phoning it in, but he he had the same dialect and everything. He sounded great.
I like his demeanor. I like the way he
Everything.
spoke. I like yeah.
He was a good
When it
young
was
Charles.
When it was the episodes about them, I cared a lot. When it was about, and then with Oliver, because I was like, what the fuck's going on? He's my third favorite. It's them three. It's Oliver and then the parents.
Well, even what's his name?
Pimento?
Not Pimento. Yellow Lantern.
Oh, Sinestro.
Yeah, what's his?
I lied to you. There's too many. Farouk is his name.
Farouk. He was really good this season too.
There's so many good. Those four are my favorite characters.
Yeah, okay.
Everyone else
Is whatever.
David,
yeah.
I was like, I don't care about you anymore.
What show is this?
Legion.
Legion?
It's about. Oh, I guess I don't want to spoil it. You gonna watch it?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I'm not gonna spoil it.
I mean, as long as Brian doesn't recommend it.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say it.
It has to do with an X-Men character, like the whole show. It takes part in that world, so good stuff. And then Preachers, Preachers had a nice little bow at the end, and I'm like, okay, that was nice.
Up until that, I was like, I think that's kind of how it was with Preachers. Whatever. But the ending scene, I was like,
Yep.
And then with Legion, it wasn't that. It was that I didn't care, but it was also like, what are you talking about? And then it got to the parents.
Yeah.
And then I was like, that's when I was like, no, you were good here. You can stay here.
It's good shit. It's unfortunate they ended kind of early, but all right. So let's move on real quick before we go back to this. I guess Kelsey.
Mulan real quick.
No, we got Mulan. We got Mulan. Oh, I see what you did there. Your take on Samurai Jack Battle Through Time. How far did you get?
I beat it.
Oh, okay. On the hardest difficulty?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, so they have it's similar to the Ninja Gaiden 2, where you have to like beat it on the one difficulty to unlock the next. But they have like, what do you call it? Like Master Samurai, and then there's one above that, I think. And I think it took me all in all about 15 hours to beat the whole thing. There were only two spots that I was like, this is so fucking dumb.
Oh, I gotta hear it.
Okay?
Maybe
Like,
Randall. I wonder if Randall's smiling right now because he knows exactly which two parts.
Oh no,
Well,
I watched them.
he saw the second one, and I think he experienced the first one.
Yeah.
But it's they're. I don't know. I'm just getting angry thinking about this stupid game.
Did you see and
Why
hear it?
don't you just start off with super armor?
Oh my god, I fucking hate super armor. So the way that this game works is like you have a dodge ability, and then you have a block parry ability, right? And which is pretty standard. Your block parry, eventually what happens is you get like a sliding block. So like you would, if you're moving and you press the block, he'll slide and block at the same time.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Which is fine. It's nice. It's not, to me, I don't really like that because for a lot of situations, because like if I'm, wanting to stand where I am, I have to remember to let go of the button or the control stick moving forward before I actually block, or otherwise he'll just slide off, and there's always the chance that you actually miss the block and parry because of it. Everything has super armor. Literally everything. Doesn't matter what it is. You could be bodying something, and they're just like, you know what? No, I'm gonna go over here now.
I don't like that. I'm not playing this.
I don't know if it's the same on lower difficulties.
Okay, thank you. Because I'm not playing it on your god tier level ass difficulty.
So the other thing is I'm pretty sure what they want you to do is to start at the lower difficulties and then work your way up, because similar to what they do in Remnant, because you unlock stuff, unlock skills and things, a couple of different ways. One is having I think it's called Skill Fire, and it's just like a blue flame that you collect, that allows you to like buy some basic stuff, basic skills. And then there's a Bushido fire, and it's green. it's green, and you get like none of it in the at least on the hard difficulty. I think you get even less on the hardest difficulty from like enemies and things. You'll find chests here and there that have a bunch of stuff, but I feel like I was like severely lacking in a lot of parts where I'm like, I can't upgrade literally anything or anything that I want to upgrade because I don't have enough of the Bushido fire. And then you collect, what was the other one? Oh, different like jewels. There's like Jewel of Neptune, rubies, diamonds, Desert Oasis Jewel, and like one or two others.
Okay.
And as you get down further and further in the list, it takes more skill fire, and then skill fire and Bushido fire, and then skill fire and some sort of gem, and then I think the very last one there's like skill fire, Bushido, and a gem.
Okay.
But I feel like I was just hurting for a lot of the Bushido stuff throughout most of it, you know, because like there's one skill tree that's like a lot of defense where you get like more health, you take less damage when you have like your Kai fire up, and then a couple of other things, and I just like I couldn't get them because I just couldn't get any of the Bushido stuff. And then there's another one that's like really big into like attacks, like doing the parries, doing the dodging, doing the counters, that kind of stuff. The dodge is definitely faster than the parry counter, but you have to time it, and they have to be really close to you.
Okay.
You know, because they have to be like in your face attacking for you to dodge and do it. The thing that I really don't like is that you go into like an invincibility mode when you do it, and which is fine, but then you like everything slows down, but then you like come out of it and your character's still like attacking, and you can start getting hit again.
Because of the super armor, so they can just turn around and fuck you. Got it.
And the other thing that I really don't like is that even if you dodge counter or parry counter, you're not guaranteed to break the defenses of the enemy. Okay? So, or you only get like one hit off. You know, like if something like comes at me and I parry your ass, you should have to take a couple of hits at least. You know, but do you remember the Shadow Ninjas from the show?
Yes.
Okay, they're like the little mini clone ninjas of Aku.
Yeah.
So they're in the game. They are one of the worst fucking characters I've ever had to play against.
Are there player models like this?
Huh?
Are they like really small player models in the game? Like that's a
you.
Oh.
But they're like they're one of the worst about being like, oh, I got hit. Let me just teleport around you. Oh, I got hit. Let me fade into the shadows and appear over here. So you only ever get like one hit off at a time if you're lucky. But
that's not fun.
And they will like start attacking, or they have this one move where they like jump into the air and dive at you with the sword.
Okay.
You kick them, punch them, hit them with a sword, hit them with a mace, whatever. They're just like, nah, fam, and then they go through you because they have super armor the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
They also make the game harder by literally just throwing as much shit at you as humanly possible. Okay? Like,
they just spawn 20 things with super armor and say good luck?
Yeah, literally, like, or more. Like, it is some of the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Okay? Like, I mean, if you ever go back through, I can find you the video where I was at that one part that I was just stuck forever. I finally got fed up with it and was like trying to think of something different to do to try and beat it. And I finally was like, I apparently have a bunch of explosive arrows. I'm just going to start shooting shit and see what happens. And that's how I ended up beating it. Okay? But
is that all manual aim, or does it just target whatever's in front of you and it'll hit for the arrows?
You can manual aim the bow, but everything has like an auto target where it'll just target like the closest thing.
Cool. Okay.
But, oh my god, dude! Like I shouldn't have to basically cheese the game in
to
order
get through
to win.
it. Yeah.
You know, like the first area, the only way that I could actually physically beat it was to abuse the slide block. because if you slide block and then press an attack button, he'll homing strike, like kick or sword slash whatever the closest character is. Okay.
Okay.
And that thing works really well because one, it does a lot of damage, and you know there's different enemies that spawn, or similar enemies that spawn, that either take like 1 or 2 hits, or you know take like a whole bunch of hits, or take like at least a few hits. It also is really good because most of the time it breaks their block, so
Okay.
that you can do other stuff. And so there's times when they'll spawn like a whole bunch of things that you know you can just keep slide homing everything and killing it in one hit. Fine, whatever. But then like you'll have things like there's these little round dudes that have like pistons for arms
Okay.
that are like actually guns, and what they'll do is they'll run up on you and then jab you with their arm, and then it's a grab, and they hit you, and each one of those grabs literally did over half my health. Okay.
Nah, F
I'm
that.
never at full health to begin with, you know, for the most part, because you're either getting shot, something's being thrown at you, you have 9 things that are just attacking you from the fucking shadows that you can't see or dodge or do whatever, you know.
It just becomes overwhelming.
It is like there's just so much going on, and a lot of the enemies don't have a wind up. It's literally like, oh, you.
Like it doesn't have like a stance beforehand or anything to telegraph what they're about to do.
So there's a couple of like golem looking dudes that have like a sword and shield or a spear or a hammer or something like that, and the spear guys are the worst because the
Tsushima
guys,
all over again.
like see them, you know, do this, or they'll make a noise. They try and do some stuff where like when certain characters are going to attack, you hear a noise, so you know that thing is coming towards you. Like if they're throwing something, like the Shadow Ninjas, when they're throwing stuff or attacking, you hear like a ring type thing.
Okay.
You're like, okay, I have to find this, but it doesn't always happen. So you'll just be like attacking this thing, and then, you know, out of left field, you're getting in.
There goes 20% of your health.
By the way, they can clone themselves. They're weaker clones, but they can clone themselves so that you don't know which one the real one is. And then all 4 of them will, like, you know, dive bomb you and just wreck your shit.
But is their damage less?
I don't think so.
So they clone them with the same health, but they still body you each.
So
Okay.
they take less hits to kill the clones, but
Yeah.
they still do the same damage to you.
F that. No, that's fucked up. If they're bro. If they're weaker clones, make them do less damage.
And
That's bullshit.
I don't know. Like, I'm kind of torn because, like, I did enjoy the game for the most part, but at the same time, I'm like, this is like stupidly frustrating. Like, you shouldn't have. I literally spent over 3 hours each in both of those zones. Okay, like
That's not fun after a while, dude. After the first hour, you're like, I'm done here.
because you would like. There are times that you would get hit, and you would like go to like. There are 2 things that can happen. One, you get hit, you go to the ground. You have like super armor where people can hit you, but it doesn't actually do any damage, or it does like very reduced damage because you're in an invulnerable state type thing.
Okay.
And then there's things where it's like, oh, you got hit. Oh, you got hit. Oh, you got hit. Oh, you got hit. Okay.
And they're just juggling you?
You just literally go from 100% to 2%, and they're like, oh, by the way, there's 4 waves. Good luck.
Godspeed.
There's another one. There was another area. So like playing it on the hardest. Was it on the hardest difficulty? I don't remember. But there was an area that like I jumped down into. Like they're very obvious when they're gonna spawn enemies in a lot of areas. And like what happens is you enter like this big room. You have to drop down, and then there's like a door on the other side. They're gonna spawn all the enemies. There's so many places where you drop down. The things haven't even spawned yet, and their character's already like jabbing you with a sword.
So their entities are already in game, and they're just doing the animation, and the collision boxes are doing their thing. Got it.
Yeah. You know,
Awesome.
Randall and Javi got to see me do that one area a couple of times, and I was like, this is just so fucking dumb. Like, this is just so fucking frustrating.
God, guys, get rid of difficulties. For the love of God, because just making them do one-shot damage to you is not increasing difficulty.
Yeah, like that's not a balance. Like just
Yeah.
overwhelming the person is not balance. You know,
Yeah.
like your dodge. So you have iframes in it, but when you can only dodge so much when they auto target you with thrown weapons or lasers or whatever that they're shooting at you. And then what was it? Or if you have like 9 things that are just like attacking you all at once, you know, you only have so many iframes, and even if you dodge and like get
The parry off.
counter
Mhm.
off, I'm pretty sure if you tap the button like once or twice, he'll auto do like a hit or two,
Mhm.
and then you're out of your invulnerability state, and you're trying to like press the dodge, but he's still in the middle of his attacks, and then you get hit by 3 other things, and it's like there's no counter to this game,
Mhm.
and their way of making it harder, one by just overwhelming you like fucking crazy. You take a ton of damage, and when you heal, you don't even heal for that much. Like it
Oof.
gets even worse on the hardest difficulty. Like they have like these little magical spa things that you can walk through
Okay.
to pick up health. In on the second to hardest difficulty, it's like maybe half health. On the hardest difficulty, you're lucky if you get a quarter. I mean,
Ooh.
it's like stupid. And then even like they very rarely drop healing orbs for you to heal with. If you use items, your score goes down for the level, which is so they're punishing you for using items in game to heal yourself. I don't know. I think I have a lot more bad things to say about the game than I do good. Like don't get me wrong. The game was fun. It was cool to see all the stuff, especially nostalgia because I used to watch Samurai Jack when I was younger. I really like Soul style games. You know, it was fast paced like Sekiro, but way too much is going on at once. They just literally throw shit at you.
Is it
and
like
not
is,
enough-
is it
you
like
don't
those
have enough
old
things
to counter everything.
that's happening? Like yes, you can get good enough eventually, I guess, being able to like dodge literally everything, and I've started to get to that point with some things, but then you just get so many things on screen, it's almost impossible, or things are just attacking so fast you don't have time to recover and do anything.
Can you in this game? You were mentioning like it seems like it's designed to play on easier and work your way up. Can you reuse that same profile on an easier difficulty? Like, does that progress save? Like, or
New Game Plus.
not even New
Yeah.
Game Plus? Like, even if like you're in the middle of, let's say I start on easy on Tony mode, which is they die in one hit, and I get like a bunch of those currencies that you say you barely get at, like the green ones. Can I like midway through stop, go to medium, and then continue playing with all my current stuff? Or no? Or do I have to start a new character in medium?
Up in difficulty.
Yes.
So I don't know that you can go up. You can, if you die, you can change difficulty, and I'm pretty sure I never have actually seen the screen because I just keep pressing A. But when you load into the game and you click start, it asks you to pick a profile, and usually because you go through New Game Plus and whatever. But when you select the profile, you can do things like select level and then I think select difficulty.
Okay.
Because I think that's what I did once I like beat the game and wanted to start it on the hardest difficulty. So I'm assuming what you're supposed to do is basically like go back through certain areas multiple times trying to get stuff to level up.
Okay. So there is a bit of grind then.
I mean, I'm at this point though, like I'm pretty much fully built to the extent that I would need to be to like play through the game, and it's still just impossible in some parts. It's because it's just way like the one room that I got in, I think there were 3 waves, okay, and I was relying heavily on using the ultimate skill, where you enter a completely invulnerable state and you just start splashing stuff and killing things. But the third wave, my character did not have a strong enough attack to actually kill everything or the big creature that was in there.
Okay.
And so I would like get it either most of the way down or like halfway down, but then I would have everything else to try and kill at the same time as it's, bashing my face in, and I would obviously die and then have to start over and do it again. And then so I would like try and save one of my attacks for that area, but I couldn't get past the first section because there's 2 or 3 of the shadow clones, some big dude with a massive mallet that he like stands on one side of the map and goes and hits you, and you can't hear him coming or attacking or see him because you're so busy being forced into the wall because the camera's fucking terrible. And
you're bombarded by 7 other enemies. What it sounds like.
I don't like games that think being harder is just overwhelming the player and it's just a skill gap. No, that's really dumb. Everything should not have super armor. You should have some way to like counter a majority of the moves. Like, they do have things like, they shine red when it's not something that you can block.
You gotta get the fuck out of the way. Yeah.
That's fine. That's a good, visual. It's a good way to tell you, hey, you need to get the fuck out of Dodge. Like, this is gonna hit you regardless.
Yeah.
Fine. But you should not have it to be where like everything is like perfectly timed to hit you back to back to back to back to back. Like that's just not the way it works.
They're hitting you with Marvel 3 combos with all their assists and shit.
What it is that if I may, Kelsey, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Asshole.
Go ahead, Kelsey. You can finish, man.
What do you have to say?
Go, man.
Go ahead, man. I'll wait till you finish.
I mean, I'm kind of at a stopping point. The game's frustrating. Like, I mean, I beat it. Like, even so, Rando watched me do that area, and he was like, "Dude, I don't even know that I want you to finish this game because that's so bad."
Mm-hmm. So this is like, in Tsushima when you go in an area you're not supposed to, and they just keep shooting you in the air. Is that what it's like?
I would rather that.
Oh shit, that's painful then.
Because that's obvious that you're someplace you should not be.
Gotcha.
But this is like
you're supposed to be here.
You're going through the game because it's extremely linear. There's no other way you can go, and it's like it's not perfectly timed attacks. It's just everybody attack at once. Everyone, like the guys he was saying with the big hammer, is like. So they're like 3 times. I ain't gonna say 3 times. I'm gonna say maybe they're like 2.5 times the size of you, but their weapon is also the same size as them. So they can be like 50 feet away from you and go down like this, and you can be on the other side of. Because usually you're always fighting in some sort of circular space.
Yeah.
And they can go like this, and even though you're over here, they can still hit you.
Nah, because they have a huge range because they're huge.
Yeah, and if you get situations like Kelsey was talking about where it's like, okay, I see a red attack, so it's time for me to get out of dodge. And you dodge out the way. As you're dodging out of the way, his boy is like, yeah, that's what I was expecting. And he hits you right in the face with his weapon. And it doesn't matter because it's like the attacks are all coming at the same time. Even if you decide to sit, which I've done, even if you decide to sit there and just block and wait for the perfect time to attack, you are getting bombarded with so many attacks that you're literally just stuck in block.
So it's like a block string in Street Fighter.
Like you
just
can't
constant?
move because you're stuck in the block animation.
They break after like a couple of hits.
Yeah, and then on top of it, if you're trying to be really strategic about it and you do decide to stay in block, like Kelsey said, you have these dudes who got like 1 frame grabs.
Oh no! Fuck that. So just like got you.
Yeah.
Oh no! Fuck that.
They eventually get you can unlock the ability to like press your grab button to break the grab.
Oh, like a tech.
But it's worse than Heavenly Sword. Like it's like, sorry, you're dead. And there's what's the one? So there's the Imakandi, which are the like lion tiger looking dudes.
Okay.
You don't remember them, you'd have to see them, in the show.
Okay.
So their whole thing is like hunting Jack, okay? Because every year they have some great hunt, and Jack has been their like greatest prey of all time, okay? They have one where they like get down on all fours and then leap at you and grab you and wrap you up in rope.
Oh my god.
And there's another guy that like will grab you and like start stabbing you with his sword. And what you have to do is take the left stick and move it back and forth to break the thing.
Yes.
But before it even tells you what you have to do, you're already losing health.
Oh shit! Because they don't wait.
And the Imakandi version, you're literally like getting chunked. Okay, like they are like wrapping you in rope, and your health is just like doing this before you even know what you're supposed to do.
So by the time if you get stuck on that grab, just restart at that point then.
Yeah, that's what happens. You know, like there's so many. Oh, and the Imakandi are one of the worst ones with the super armor. You literally just like you attack, you punch, you kick. You can't grab them, but they can grab you, and you'll be attacking them. They'll just be like, "Is there a fly in here?" You know, and then just start punching you. But I think the absolute worst enemy I've come across, there's these blue slug-looking things, okay, and they, what is it? They come in different sizes. There's like a really large one. There's like a super large one, a very large one, a medium one, and like the small ones. The super large ones will like keep spawning more of them.
Makes sense.
Okay. And then I think the large ones do too. And then the medium ones and the small ones will just vomit at you. Like they literally just go, "Ah," and then there's like a short distance. And then the medium ones, when you kill them, I think even the large ones, when you kill them, they split to whatever the next lower version is. Right?
Gotcha.
The problem is you have no way, without using some sort of ranged attack, to get anywhere close to them and actually like survive or attack or do anything. If you
have
jump
super
into the
armor,
middle
right?
of them, do what?
Because they have super
No,
armor.
it's not even because of super armor. They don't have super armor. It's because they spawn so many of them that are vomiting at you and like up just one right after the other that you can't physically do anything. Okay? Like they have these you can find these little mines. You get a limited number of them because you can only find them in like a chest or something. I didn't see a place that you could buy them from. That you can throw that like zaps them, and I think it usually kills them, and it'll like, you know, kill a whole bunch of them at once. But you also need it for like the boss that is like a massive mutation of these things. Okay, and it's like you're not even in a room. There's one where you walk into a room, it spawns one of the super ones that is just like vomiting out other ones, along with several of the shadow ninjas and a couple of other things that are like firing shit at you. And it's like by the time you even get a chance to focus the thing before it like vomits out enough of them that you can't do anything and you get so overwhelmed, you're already dead because everything else is killing you.
It doesn't cap?
No.
So the big, let's say the extra large one comes out, it can just literally keep going until you run out of fucking memory on your computer?
It doesn't have
Pretty sure.
It doesn't have an energy bar. You know, like all the other enemies have energy bar, little health bars above their head. The big one that he's talking about does not have a health bar. You have to kill it to break it apart. And then that's when you're able to start killing them. Like you have to get it to its lowest.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like, what I'm saying is get into one of those rooms and just sit there. It's gonna continue to spawn things until your computer crashes.
Pretty sure.
That's okay. That's a problem. There's usually a cap. Like it's gonna spawn minions, but it's
I don't
like
think
4 or
you
5.
will survive long enough to find out what the cap is I think the point.
I mean, you get killed either by everything that's like by the things that are vomiting at you, or everything else that's in the room. Like
now I need to get a copy of this game. I'm gonna load up Cheat Engine, go enable God mode, and see this just explode and crash. So I can be like, what is this?
And the thing is that like you kill one and then 2 more spawn in that room, 2 more super ones. Like it's dumb. It's not balanced at all in a lot of places.
That's crazy.
I'm with you when it comes. Like we've had this conversation so many times. It's just crazy.
I mean, after 108 episodes, we're gonna start repeating ourselves. You know?
Yeah, but I feel like at one point I was with you. I was like, you know what? Yeah, there shouldn't be difficulty settings or different difficulty settings. But then I started thinking about like you might have someone who's younger than us who might struggle but really wants to play the game, so they might need a more easier level. But then you might have somebody that's like Kelsey and I who wants more of a challenge, like a real challenge. Mm-hmm. And the last thing you want to do is like have this game where it's like it wasn't a challenge. Like it was real easy to just beat the game. Like what was the point of even playing it?
Like you sped run it in like 3 hours.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess that is why I agree with having difficulty settings. But here's my thing. I think that, and I'm not a programmer, so I don't really know how this works. But in my opinion, the way I would do difficulty settings is no matter what difficulty setting that you play on, damage should always be the same. Just because you play on the hardest does not mean that it should take 75% off of one hit. I think what makes the game should be more difficult is AI. I think that the higher the difficulty, the more intelligent your enemies become with attacking and stuff like that.
Okay.
Versus like on easy, they just like and then stand there and wait to get bodied. Versus hard, these jokers are like moving around
like
and
dashing and shit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in programmer standpoint, that's a conditional. If you have a list of difficulties, you can enable and disable AI state like behaviors with a state. That's not difficult to do. It's designing what they would do in those difficulty settings is what's difficult.
That's what I think difficulty should be. Not like we're gonna make you get hit
scale
one
the
time.
Damage numbers.
Yeah, like why would you scale damage? That does not make a game more difficult, man.
Yeah, I can't stand like I mean God of War did the same thing. It was like, oh, so you do nothing. They do 95% of your health. And by the way, we're gonna throw so many at you that you can't do anything. Oh, and when you heal, you might as well just start over because if you don't perfectly dodge everything, it's gonna take so much to get up there. Just start over.
Just start over.
Redo it.
You missed that one parry, you're dead.
So another huge gripe I have with this game: the checkpoints. Holy fucking shit, are they awful? Okay, so checkpoints. They have a lot of them. You know, like you go through a room, you beat stuff, you get to the next area, it checkpoints.
You said
okay,
it like
fine,
milestones.
Whatever. The problem arises with where they actually are in the next area. It's not like, oh, I have to make it through these 2 rooms and then like up a safe flight of stairs and things to right before where like the boss is or where the next enemy room is. No, it's like I'll make it through the 2 rooms, and then there's this big area where there's nothing to do. You have to talk to a bunch of people, except talking to a bunch of people, collecting items, that kind of stuff.
Oh, no.
We're going to start you at the bottom of that.
No. Nope. So I have to go and talk to... Just spam A on fucking dialogue. Nope.
There was this part where you have to fight these 2 beetles at the top of the hill, right? And maybe about... Two or three levels. It's more like 2 levels. It's like, well, it's actually 3 to get to the top. That you jump up 3, but just before that, there's like a guy that you go and buy stuff from. So I would fight the beetles, and I would die, and instead of spawning me back where all I have to do is jump to the area and then restart the fight, it starts me down there where the guy's at. So not only did they spawn me like way down there, everything that I changed. Like, I equipped this weapon, or I equipped that weapon, or I did this and that. I have to redo that now. Because it was like, we don't remember what you did last time when you died, so you got to do it again.
It legitimately just saves and loads that save point. It doesn't like...
Yep.
Well, somewhere between when you died and it restarted, it forgot all that. So if you...
Well, because it doesn't remember it. When it sounds like these checkpoints, it saves it. So just in case your computer crashes or some shit, that's where you're at. As if you're loading it for the first time again.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is so frustrating to me because it was like so many times I had like the perfect setup. I was like, okay, I got this equipped, I got this item. So when this happens, I'm going to do this and blah, blah, blah. And then if I die and then I restart, I got to do all that stuff all over again and then have the fight.
Yep. If you purchased anything, if you repaired your weapons, which I think is another really stupid thing, is that they have durability.
Okay, I'm not playing this.
So the main sword doesn't have durability.
Oh, okay, we're good. I'm back.
But the thing is that there, like, you get this great samurai sword that does a lot more damage comparatively. That I've like started using in certain areas, like especially against like bosses and that kind of stuff, because it just does that much more damage. But it has durability, and so there were times. Oh, and there's a boss that can just like break it. You know, like if you're using a fully secondary weapon.
Oh, hold on. Full not used weapon, he can just go. That's broken.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Randall was there when I was fighting. What's that? The jazz bot. I can't remember his name, but he's like a robot that like does jazz and whatever, and summons golems with a flute. And he did like something, and I was using the sword, and I had literally like just pulled it out, started using it, was attacking him. He made some big explosion, and it says your weapon has broken. And it's not like, oh, it broke and you can't use it anymore. No, it's gone. Like it's just gone. That's it.
Oh, like in Breath of the Wild, where it like breaks and you're good. GG.
Yeah.
You have to go find it again. No, I'm good.
Yeah.
Having the chat said a little while back, he said when he joined the stream and watched first and loaded your stream up, the first thing he heard was this game sucks.
Yeah, that was mentioned a lot of times, you know. But yeah, he was like, I feel like I joined at a great time, but it was during that one session where I literally spent like 3 or 4 hours. You know, it probably only would have taken me about 9 hours to finish the game had I not been just literally stuck on those 2 sections.
Right.
You know, I probably spent
the majority of the time just fucking putting
I probably spent 6 hours or 6 hours in total on both of those spots.
Just ramming your head against the wall, hopefully something sticks.
Because like nothing worked. Nothing. You either the first one you didn't have enough to do anything, and the second one was just so dumb that you couldn't do anything and like survive. So you know, I feel like I got super lucky just pulling out the bow and being like, fuck it, we're just gonna waste everything that I have and hope that I don't need these arrows anymore.
So when I first saw the trailer for this before Randall even played it, I thought it was gonna mimic Arkham's battle style, where there's gonna be a bunch of variety of enemies and they all had their own secret. Oh, you hit a button and they're stunned, so you can hit them from behind now or something. It'll be that kind of thing. The second you guys said super armor, like I'm super armor, that means they didn't even give a shit about that. They're just like, here's a health bar, here's do some damage.
Yeah, so it's ridiculous. Like it is ridiculously stupid with the way that they do a lot of these things.
That's unfortunate.
So game of the year, right?
No, I don't think that's gonna. Kelsey's. I don't know if Kelsey has 10 games for this year. I know this game's not gonna be on it. Even if it's only like 5 games, he's gonna be like, I'm not playing this game
gonna
on
end
there.
up on top before that thing is. WAP's gonna be up there.
Number 6 on my top 10 games of 2020. WAP. Oh my god.
What about Samurai Jack? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know what
that
that
game
is.
that you played doesn't ring a bell.
Nope.
The thing that I like about Super Giant games is I don't remember if they all have difficulties, but beyond that, you can basically tailor the game to fit how you want to challenge yourself. So like a lot of times you put on this boon or whatever, they do more damage, or they're quicker, or they have, like in Hades' sake, you can put these challenge points into one of the attributes where each boss you fight has another new move that they don't normally do. And things like that, I give them kudos because you can mix and match and make your own difficulty, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yo, Bryant, why are you're like breaking everything on the mic? Your knuckles.
What do you
Oh my god. I was looking forward to playing it. I guess it's on to the next one. Crash Bandicoot. I was looking forward to this and Crash Bandicoot because I'm like, oh, nostalgia. This sounds like a bad time for me. So
when does Crash Bandicoot
I mean, if you play it on the easiest difficulty, I'm sure it's a lot better. But it's like I can load it up and play it on the easiest difficulty and just see, if it's any different and let you know. But like playing it on the hardest difficulty, I don't know if they actually changed the AI at all. It may still just kind of do whatever it wants to do. It just dies in one hit and you don't take any damage. But that's still not fun because you're still just getting overwhelmed by everything and just getting just fucking bounced everywhere.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe if it's on sale, I'll give it a shot. Crash Bandicoot's on October 4th, Brian, I think. So it's like in a month.
Is the Tokyo Game Show this week or next week?
I think it's next week. Tomorrow
It's
they're
actually
showing.
20 something.
Tomorrow is two events, which is the unveil of the multiplayer for Call of Duty, if anybody gives a shit, and then Ubisoft is showing stuff tomorrow. So we'll see. Hopefully they show
the
some.
10th.
Excuse me.
That was the 10th. The Ubisoft showing things.
Is it the 10th? I might have misread the thing. Okay.
I don't know.
There's two numbers there, and I think I flipped them. Anyway. Samurai Jack. I might want to rewatch that.
Yeah. Like I said, don't get me wrong. I had fun with the game for the majority of it. Like there were only only those two parts that actually gave me trouble. The rest of it was like, you know, oh, okay, I understand what to do. Some of the bosses were bullshit, but you know, didn't take me very long to figure out like how to do it, or some, you know, whatever. But it was super fucking frustrating, and those two parts probably ruined the game for me.
It sounds like it did. And then you kept saying super armor over and over again, and every time I hear super armor, I'm like,
I'm just angry right now.
That's what the name of the game should be called.
Super Armor Jack.
No, Samurai Jack Super Armor.
Well, I mean, it's called Battle Through Time, so it could be Samurai Jack Battle Through Super Armor.
There you go. Ship it.
There's supposed to be ways around super armor. In most, I guess, good games, super armor, what do? You grab them, and then they're free. But it seems like you can't even do that.
He has a grab move, but it's...
But most of the time they block it.
So they can tech your
yeah.
grab.
And they're jumping around so much and, like, playing footsies with you is just... It's ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, that might be a pass for me then. It sounds like it's a pass for me. We might run into that in Avengers, Brian. Like they say, it's a better build, but from the beta, like there's some big body things that have super armor. But depending on your they can be circumvented by an ability. Like they're weak to certain things. Yeah, you can't just Storm's not a playable character, Brian.
Yeah.
Okay. Brian, I guess we'll go to you then. Tell us about Wasteland 3. What'd you think of the first two?
Never played them.
I know.
E-Man told me that this game, E-Man told me this game was free. It was on Game Pass, and it's co-op, and it's a strategy game.
XCOM style.
So naturally, I was like, you know, I love XCOM. It's a shame they were never co-op. Let me try it. Right. Off rip, you make your own character.
Oh my god.
It's not like it's.
Do they have
make your own
presets?
character? Yeah, they have preset teams, like 2 characters.
Okay.
And you can cycle through duos.
Okay.
That have certain skills. When you make a character, it's more like I guess like Divinity or maybe Fallout, where you put their stats. You give them their stats, so like charisma or intelligence or strength.
Okay.
And there's attributes, so you can put it into bartering or animal whisperer. Like you can
What?
have animal, you can have goon, you can talk to animals and then recruit them to fight with you.
Oh, so that's why you're mentioning it, because that's where all your points went.
I went into bartering and I went to
Oh, okay.
things like that. And then there's a quirk where it's something that's always two-sided, like a double-edged sword. So, for instance, there's one where it's called Serial Killer. There's one where every time you kill someone that turn, you get 3 more action points.
Oh my god.
But if you don't kill anybody, you have less or something. You have like drastically less things you can do per turn.
That's a pretty good way to play. Risk and reward there. But then if you get bombarded.
There's weapon types you start, you can choose through off rip. The first character I made was just Knuckles. horrible decision. We were so fucked. We made another character.
Because Melee's not worth it.
This game, I'll get into it.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of options for your characters, kind of like those Divinity or character creation is not like XCOM. It's more like those RPG kind of things.
Okay.
You start in tutorial, whatever. There's some enemies. You go around a cover. You kill them or whatever.
Basically, the basics how to play.
Yeah, the way it plays, like XCOM, except in between fights, you actually roam and try to find weapons and things. Ammo is actually a resource instead of with XCOM. You just reload and then you're good.
Oh, so
You have
you
to
can
manage-
run
yeah.
out of ammo? That's not good. That's not a good sign.
So you have to deal
I'm
with
gonna run
ammo.
out.
If you were to get downed and picked up, you now have an injury that reduces your stats.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
Let me see what else. You have to put armor on. Some of the armor, over things you put on, give you stats and other things. Some things you can't put on because you don't have stats.
Oh, as in like it needs 30 strength to put on or something.
Yeah, like if you want a good shotgun, you'll need like level 4 small arms or something.
Gotcha.
Combat itself, it has the same thing with XCOM where, alright, so melee character,
Yes.
this close to the enemy. Right? 95% chance to hit, miss. So it has the XCOM factor, and then it also has this game is just the idea's there, but it's just really fucking it's very buggy.
Go for
And I don't
it.
know if this is a bug or just bad design. There's these enemies. It looks like it's like a porcupine, like a rabid porcupine, big thing.
Okay.
If you hit it, you take damage, right? Again,
Got it.
I am them. That's how close I am to them. I became them. Right? 95% miss with melee. I still took damage because it's a porcupine that does damage when you attack it. I missed. I still took damage.
Oh, so instead of being on hit, it's just on attempt.
Apparently.
Oh, that's weird. That might be a bug. Doesn't
we
make any
put it
sense.
On the medium difficulty, and they swear it's hilarious to overwhelm you with enemies. Like the second mission, you go to like a farm, and then there's just like these raiders, and then you gotta like protect the farm people. We've done that fight
Like
maybe
Seven
seven
Samurai.
times because fucking one again. Apparently, any weapon that I use is just to intimidate you to not start the fight. But if you start the fight, it does nothing to you. That's what it seems like it does.
What the hell?
A shotgun. Shoot him. Like I squint and I see the damage I did. Right.
That's bad.
My first character, the Knuckles guy, was tanky. They run up to me and they can be like, "I'm dead." So it's just that game finds random reasons to buy it, and then they put like again, it's just you. You can have some. You can make your own characters that you have like little squads. If you're playing 2-player, I can control 2 people. First player can control other things,
Yeah.
and then they'll put you against like 12 enemies.
And it's only 2 of you?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We got
Wait, and everyone takes a turn, right? I'm assuming, and they just start bum rushing you?
Yeah, hold on.
All right. do 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 do.
So then on top of that, there's certain like I guess dungeons where you go to a city and there's that map and you leave into the open world and you can traverse.
Yeah.
While traversing, and the thing that has like Fallout was where when you're talking to someone, if you have certain stat and X thing, you can make the dialogue go a certain way.
Oh, like if you have like charisma up to a certain amount, you can like, no, don't shoot him, or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
When you're traversing the vehicle, there's a chance you can just get ambushed, right? If you don't have certain skills, like let's say you didn't put points into survival, you can't avoid it. Like you can't somehow get out of it. So we got ambushed once. We're like, oh, okay, it's gonna be a few enemies. Imagine like basically a whole neighborhood, and we're directly in the middle. Enemies all around us.
Oh my god! So just your car exploded?
We exploded.
And it's only 2-player co-op? You can't put like a...
That's what it seems like. It's just 2 people. It's just...
You're severely
this is
under...
medium difficulty. So when the game's not bugging out, you have to deal with an entire state fighting you. What else? I'm trying to think. Let me see what else. There's one area, I don't know if we were under level or the game was just like lacking in fucks, but there's one area we had to fight a clown cult, right? And we get to the final, like, it looks like a boss, and it's in a tent.
You said a clown cult.
Yeah.
Okay.
We get to a certain area where we fight like a big ass like sweet tooth truck with a minigun on it, and some guy with a flamethrower, 3 turrets, who if you don't have a certain skill like mechanic skill, you can't deactivate their generator to shut them off. And on top of that, trying to give the best explanation. You know how the biggest complaint with Overwatch maps is on attack, there's one way in. It's like that one Hanamura map where it's basically one way in.
That one gate.
So there's one door, 2 enemies in the front, 3 turrets aiming at that door that can hit you from further distance than you. A vehicle with a turret that can hit you before you get there. And then you, even if it says 95% on your screen, you can't trust it. There's smoke grenade mechanic where you throw it, you're concealed within it, so you have more evasion.
Yeah.
There was a post that gives you full coverage.
Yeah.
I was there. I threw a smoke grenade. So you don't know where I am. A turret somehow shot through the pillar and a wide smoke and hit me every time.
This sounds even worse than XCOM, dude.
Maybe you use your heat signature.
There was the flamethrower.
That's what I was
guy.
thinking.
The flamethrower guy was on a pillar. There's some space. There's a wall. The building we're in before we start the fight. E-Man's character, flamethrower. He shot him through the wall.
Get the hell out.
Downed him. Also, the next time
Maybe
we tried
he was using a railgun.
One of his characters was invisible. Like, he couldn't see his own character. So when he got downed, we couldn't click on him to res him because the game didn't even acknowledge him as being there.
Nah.
Oh, so they didn't even load in the collision boxes. So
They loaded his gun and his name.
And you couldn't highlight the gun?
He's just, hey, your teammate's dead. You can res him. Where do I click?
Oh my god.
Where do I click? Can I get a tooltip for my character?
The little paper clip. He's right there. He
You can
starts
see the
bending.
gun just floating, and you try to click it, and it doesn't do like the plus or whatever.
Because it probably tries to collide with the mouse onto the player model, maybe, and that's since it's not there, it's hitting terrain.
It seems like, again, I don't know if we were in the wrong area for that fight, but it didn't seem like it, because before that, everyone to an extent, boom, all right, you got me.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe an hour and a half only on that area.
Oh my god.
I
was just about to say, before you started saying all this stuff, I'm like, Kelsey, this might be your shit. Next XCOM game, but it sounds like this is not gonna be fun for you.
I was watching play it. It just seemed like I like the RPG style to it, but it just seemed like there was a lot of in between actually like doing the fights.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like there's like a lot of running around, there's a lot of like exploring, and you know, like he said, like you can get caught off guard and then just get completely fucked. You know.
God
before
damn.
I forget, there is actually a mod. I don't remember if it was you or Randall that sent it to me, but there's a tactical co-op for XCOM.
XCOM 2, yeah.
So if you wanted to play at some point, Bryant, we could.
I think the reason I'm still playing Wasteland is just because, hey, it's co-op, and when the game works, like when it's not just some I don't remember what the fuck. All right, so we were at a prison, right? We got the key. There's a prisoner there. We could free him. We talked to him or whatever. E-Man was talking to him. accidentally unlocked the gate. The guy ran out. He's like, "Oh, why'd you do that?" I was like, "Just shoot him. There's an option where you can just shoot him." He wasn't in the room anymore. E-Man's character like whipped and killed him outside of the room. And the game didn't know how to feel about that, so E-Man could no longer move his character. The dialogue ended. I could leave if I wanted to. His character just like this.
I love launch day bugs, bro. Like this. Oh my god.
This is bad, man.
It launched last week, so I'm assuming these small bugs like that, they're like, oh shit. Oh my god, that's funny.
If you wanted to play a co-op XCOM, I guess, and you have a friend and you're willing, despite how shittily buggy it is, if you're willing to sit there and miss a porcupine and still get downed because it hit you, and you hitting him,
Missing the hit.
yeah, you ever miss so hard you got hurt by the person you missed? That's basically what happened.
That's bad.
Yeah, dude. That was like, I mean, you're describing everything that is XCOM. The gun is like
Yeah.
here, 98% chance, miss. What the fuck do you mean miss? First of all, how is that not 100%? You literally have the gun in the character's mouth. How is it not 100% chance to hit?
When you use shotguns in this game, instead of just being like, oh, chance to hit this guy, whatever, like a beam, it gives you a cone, right? So we're in the woods, and there's just one guy who's like near the beginning of the game. Fully see him. Like if this is the cover he's using. He's right here. I'm over here. I'm looking at him. Look at me. Like
I'm seeing him see me.
I pulled my shotgun to shoot him. Apparently I missed. Apparently I hit the car next to us when it wasn't in the cone. All right. So we redid the save because I think one of our characters died. Tables have turned. I'm where he was. He's where I was. I think he was like a cut person from Wanted. Like they wrote in his story, but then they used it in this game instead of that movie because he's like, no, I got you.
I just want Brian to keep playing Wasteland so he can just go, all right, so we were in a prison. All right, so we were in the woods. All right, so we went to this camp. And then some outrageous story. I don't even know if any of this is true.
So one time we got ambushed, right? We're in like some kind of wooded jungle playground place. Huge radioactive frogs, right? We see them like, oh, that's cool, whatever. They're just frogs. One of my characters was on a building, fully covered. So it was like at an angle, fully covered behind a cover, right?
Okay.
Fully covered.
Fully covered. Somehow, from long range, a frog licked him and one shot downed him.
Holy shit!
While he was fully covered.
While fully covered. So then, and they're tanky, and there was like 6 of those fucking frogs. They came out of nowhere, right? Finally, after like trying to barter with him, basically, because my bullet didn't do anything. It's a good thing I put barter skill.
Yeah.
Right. My puny fucking shotgun killed one of them. I didn't know they explode when they die.
And it do damage?
I got downed.
They don't have info cards on like the enemy. Like if you hover over them and it tells you stuff. Like
the game, I don't even know how to cancel an action without just hitting escape, going into the menu, and getting out of it. Because I tried to cancel an option once. All right, so we're in this one area, right?
Okay, so boom, we're in this one area.
Yeah, we're like in a town. I don't even know what the story was. And we see like one of the porcupine things, but bigger this time. And it's just like when you're not in a fight, you see their circle of detection.
got it. Like
We're going around trying to get our people in place to flank it. All right, we got this. I start with a sniper. I shoot. I miss, because why? And then out of nowhere, in a farm, a bigger one right next to me comes out and then starts its turn. So then I'm down, right? I'm trying to remember what else happened here that was so fucking... Okay, yeah.
So we were in a children's birthday party.
No. So we was down the street, right?
Yeah.
No, so we're in the same area. It's that same fight.
Oh, okay.
He bodied one of my guys. I wanted to get the other one. What the hell did I want to do? I wanted to snipe. No, it wasn't my sniper. That was my shotgun guy. And then the thing rampaged me. And I wanted to move my sniper out of there because it was an explosive barrel. No, I wanted to shoot the barrel. That's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was like, I almost accidentally... I didn't want to shoot yet. I wanted to do something else first, like mark him. But I wanted to cancel the shot. And so I right-clicked. My character ran closer to the barrel.
Oh my.
Because I right-clicked, it's like, no, this means move. If you left-click, oh, no, you're going to shoot him then. So that I don't know what the hell to press. The whole game is we basically see how much we can get down per fight. It seems like that's the minigame.
Jeez, man.
We were in a circus, and this one guy...
Okay.
Now these guys are in the circus.
Well, he had that clown cult, so...
Yeah, it was like that same fight with the turrets. We found a secret way around, but everyone knows where everywhere is. Everyone knows
Everyone knows where everywhere is.
They smell you, they go, you're dead. We were on a loop of... I got down because my Molotov hit me through a tent. I threw it in the tent. I got hit through a wall of a tent.
The Molotov... Wait, hold on.
Wait,
Did the
back
Molotov,
up.
like, hit outside and then, like, burn through the tent, or...
So this is the door of the tent. I threw it inward with enough space, and it bled through and hit me through the wall of the tent. So I downed myself. So then E-Man tries to res me. Somehow he's in the fire too, and there's a turret that keeps shooting him down. So he reses me. He's on fire. The turret shoots him. I res him. I'm still in the fire. And then while he's up, the next turn, the turret shoots him. So then I heal myself so I can res him, and then the turret shoots him again.
And y'all kept playing.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? This is gold content. They should have been recording it.
What area did you go to next?
That was the last thing we did.
Oh my god. You should have streamed it or recorded it. Oh my god.
You know, that already said what happened there.
It sounds like a great content. I don't know about moment-to-moment gameplay, but these stories are great.
One time my sniper hit a robot and crit so hard my game crashed too.
You ever hit somebody so hard in tech and your computer shuts down randomly? You ever hit somebody with an electric? There's electricity going through your computer to fries your motherboard.
I've hit somebody with a move, but they got offline. But I'm just assuming that they quit. I don't think it was the actual game.
I think you hit them so hard that their internet skipped a beat. And then
I did that yesterday with Samurai Jack. Like, it was like later at night, and I was like debating on what I wanted to do, and so I was like, I guess I'll continue on with Samurai Jack.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like going through it, and I like get to this one part, struggled a little bit, and then started getting through it and was like dodged and countered, and then like in the middle of me, doing the counter, it goes exception and then closes the game. And I was like, guess I'm done for tonight.
You fucking parried the shit out of that.
Around the time MKX came out, Johan and I played MKX our first match. I think it took us a while to actually get into the match. Game starts, I was playing Shinnok, I slapped him once, both of our games crashed.
I'm telling you, launch day fucking bugs are fantastic. Oh my gosh. So do you recommend Wasteland 3?
Again, if you want to play an XCOM game co-op and you have someone to play not a random, so you can just experience this bullshit together, you basically, if you want someone to witness the same shit with you,
Yeah.
by all means. But if you know of any other game that's like this, it's co-op, or you have anything else you could play with that person, then I don't know.
Go play cards. Don't
Yeah,
play
like-
this game.
complete goldfish. Now you have me more excited to play Empire of Sin.
I want to play that. That's still on my wish list.
God. All right. Oh my God, those are some good stories.
So his dominating this dude so bad, the game crashed.
Yeah, it was. We were in Colorado, and then we were fucking. It was like a Colorado. It's like a Colorado base that you take over at the beginning, and there's a robot that you can repair, but then you have to fight it. And we put our people in their spots, and it was my sniper's turn. And she peeked around the corner. She went, and you saw red text like a crit, and then I was out of the game.
It's almost as bad as when he was leading the boards in Apex Legends.
And his computer's
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm out of here.
The game did that. That game was, I think, around the time it launched, it was just disrespecting everybody.
Or it might have been the thing. Remember how we had to fix the page file thing for your computer? Was it right after you got the new build?
No, it was before. I think it was before the build.
Yeah, I mean this was a long time ago.
Oh, okay. All right then, Randall. You got some shit to talk. This is gonna be the Randall Roundup. We're out
Power
here.
hour.
Yeah, the Randall Roundup Power Hour. Let's fucking get it.
It's the DAG minute.
Yeah.
There we go.
Tell me about Ava, because I didn't even know that was coming out.
The hell is Ava?
Ava, it seems like an action movie starring Jessica Chastain, Common, Colin Farrell, and John Malkovich. I think it was when I looked through the credits.
You don't sound like Randall.
I mean, I just want to get that part. Sometimes Randall forgets that, so I'm like, I say the opening and he takes the rest. You know.
I'm not very good at remember actors and actresses' names. Especially,
Well, I mean, I didn't remember it. I just before, like, my pre-show is setting this up and then looking at the doc to see what's coming up. So I look to see what you guys watched and who's in it and stuff like that.
Yeah, she this movie was pretty good. It was good to see Common act again. Not for whatever reason, I think he's
After John Wick, I haven't seen him in anything.
yeah, he does a really good job when he's on screen. So basically, this movie is about this lady who she had a condition. Well, I wouldn't really call it a condition. She had a problem with drinking, and she eventually stopped drinking. But I mean, once allegedly, if you're like an alcoholic, you can still relapse at any point in time.
Yeah, like it's
So she cleaned up, joined the army. She was already really intelligent. They do like a montage. I think it's actually at the beginning of the movie where they like show how intelligent she is, because she's like doing really good in school and then goes to college and does really good in college, and then somewhere along the line she ends up becoming an alcoholic. But you find out why in the movie.
I would say there might be something tied to maybe a relative or something.
So long story short, she ends up joining the army, and then from joining the army, she ends up doing these jobs where like it's like those jobs that they send one person in to do, and if you get caught,
they don't know know anything, and they nope, we never sent that person.
But I don't think
it's Black Ops, right?
She's not connected with the government. She's working for a company. She's working for a guy who works for a company
a private military.
They don't really specify if it's like private military. It's an organization though. They do specify that it's an organization. There are levels. There are people who are
Okay.
There's a chain of command.
That sounds like a private military.
But I don't. It's like a private company. It's not like a government company.
Well, I know, but like that's how they would publicly face themselves as an organization for whatever. But they have armed goons as payroll. And they will go make them do whatever they need to do.
And there's
So
lots
she's
of lots of contractors that have privatized military personnel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like people that get discharged from the military, they'll pick them up and use them as security.
Yeah, but they're armed to the teeth and they're secure and all right. Go ahead, sorry.
So yeah, that's basically where her job is, and you pretty much follow her until things go wrong, which you usually does.
I mean, that'd be a pretty awkward movie if everything's just fine and then credits roll.
They end up trying to kill her because somebody wants her out
Oh,
because she has a alleged drinking problem. That was their reason. Yeah.
wow, good cover up.
So it's just her the rest of the movie trying to survive.
And you said she's intelligent. Does she have like CQC training and stuff? Like,
She has all that.
okay, because when she hit the military, when she sobered up and went to,
Yeah, she learned that stuff from the military, and then
got it.
How many guns per hour does she have?
Oh, that's a good question.
she always has a gun on her.
Oof, Brian's on board.
She sleeps with a gun.
Oh, nice.
Is it like with consent?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Okay.
It's probably more in her favor than the gun.
I guess my next question is like, so is there like shootouts and stuff? Is it like Bourne where like he has a gun
it's
but
your
he
typical
rarely?
like Barn. What else could fit into this category?
Atomic Blonde.
Atomic Blonde.
Well, Atomic Blonde's more CQC. Like she has guns, but she does.
Yeah, this
They've
girl
emphasized- okay.
She does physical fighting. It's not all like guns and stuff. It's
Okay.
like a lot of it is hand to hand combat.
Okay.
Yeah, man, she's good. Like she's smart. She knows when people is following her, and she didn't. That I can remember off the top of my head, she didn't make any dumb decisions. She's actually pretty smart.
Okay, that's good. What about supporting cast?
The dude from Red, I forget his name.
John
I love
Malkovich.
him as an actor. Man.
John Malkovich.
That's who he is.
Yeah.
God, I love that man. That dude is so funny.
Show me the money. He's good. He's really good.
He is such a great actor, man. Every time he's on screen, I'm like just like completely still.
Because you're like, he can snap at any second.
Yeah, but he's so good at like these roles that he plays. Is like, yeah, he can snap, but the way he speaks is the way he articulates his words is just like, I don't know.
I want
Anyway,
to see him and Christoph Waltz in a movie.
I think
Evan
that's already.
Hill?
I think that's already happened. Him and Chris.
Waltz, the guy from Django. Or from Inglourious Bastards, the Jew finder,
Yeah.
whatever.
You've seen him before, Kelsey. Like, type in Christoph Waltz, you can see his face and go,
You
ah.
seen Django Unchained? Oh my god.
No, type in his name for real. You've seen his face. You've seen his face.
Have you seen Alita? Battle Angel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
father.
the one
The
that
dad.
gets to the body.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that guy.
He's
Yeah.
he's really good. As
Yes.
well.
He's
Just,
not
I was gonna say,
a
there's
bad
no way Kelsey's not seen this guy. He's
Yeah.
been getting a lot more roles, and he's been he's a pretty old actor. So
There's a part where like someone pulls a gun on him, and he's like, "Might I remind you of the last person that pulled a gun on me, and the person before that, and the person before that, and the person before." You see where I'm going with this? I was like, "What the heck?" That joke was so funny. Yeah, I recommend the movie. It's not like a huge blockbuster. Excuse me. It's not like a huge blockbuster movie, but it's entertaining at least.
okay, so fight scenes are good. Espionage is at a decent level.
What's his name? Colin Farrell's in it. Did you mention him?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, he's in it. He looks weird because he has a mustache.
He always changes his that he's usually into like, let me change what my face is with like facial hair and like he was bullseye, like
Yeah.
he goes bald and stuff. Like he gets in there,
Yeah.
and he's not opposed to changing how he looks.
Yeah.
Look at him in Batman. He's Cobblepot.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. That's all I got to say. It's not really much to say. It's very cookie cutter cliche type action movie
gotcha.
when it comes to the whole.
So it's a decent popcorn flick. Like, yo, I want to see some shit explode. This seems like right up my dad's alley.
There isn't anything unique in the movie that is like, oh, that was creative and clever.
Okay,
It's all stuff you've seen before.
but not in a bad way. It's like, oh, it's cool.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, that's simple. Well, Randall, on to the next one. The Man of Tomorrow. Superman. Like we mentioned before, a bunch of like a lot of huge cast names: Zachary Quinto, Alexander Daddario, Neil Flynn. Also known
I didn't
as
even
janitor.
know that was Alexandra. I didn't. I couldn't. Like,
Oh, her voice didn't come up.
It was like.
That's a good thing, though. I think, right?
I kept looking
I
at
don't know.
pictures of her. Her eyes are huge.
Yeah, she's got big blue eyes.
Yeah, she has some of the most
Wild.
beautiful eyes I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's
I feel like if anybody like could identify that vampires are real, I would think she would be one of them, because her eyes are like
can see through the future.
they're beautiful, but they're creepy, man. Look at every picture
I did.
that look at every picture on the internet of her. She always looks at the camera like, I know you know what I really am.
And I'm like, what are you?
Yeah, but this movie is kind of weird because it takes place where Superman hasn't really become Superman yet.
Oh, this is like right after he's like the upbringing in Smallville or something.
Yeah, he's like he's in his 20s.
Okay, Brian.
John is there.
Ken.
John?
Martian Man.
Martian Man. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Wait, does he show up that early in this? I don't know anything about the lore of like Justice League. Does he show up that early?
I don't know anything about the lore either, but yeah, he's the first person that's part of the Justice League that he encounters.
Oh, I thought he was later on. Okay, cool.
What was different about this movie that I hadn't quite seen before is that Lobo was in it. So Lobo,
The guy with the motorcycle.
yeah.
Okay.
So he comes to Earth because there's I don't even know if he said there was a hit out on him. But either way, he was there to collect Superman. And so they battle it out, of course. And then Lobo uses this weapon that ends up spawning another enemy, a bigger threat, which the movie ultimately ends up being about.
Oh, so Lobo is just like the one that instigates the final conflict.
Yeah. At first, like for a good portion of the movie, it's like him versus Lobo, them fighting and all that stuff like that, and then sad thing happens, and then next thing you know, there's a bigger threat in Superman.
Is it Dark Sun? Is it Dark Sun?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say that's pretty early.
It was a weapon that Lobo used, and then somebody came in contact with the weapon, and that weapon changed somebody into a greater threat.
Luther ran into it.
No, it wasn't Luther.
Okay.
It was
Booth.
some guy.
Okay, that's fine. No, you don't have to explain. You said somebody. I'm like Luther. When it comes to like weaponry and stuff, Luther runs into it, makes it his own, and does some dumb shit.
He does some
Pretty much.
He does do some grimy stuff in the movie, but most of the movie, I ain't gonna say most of the movie. For a good portion of the movie, he's locked up.
Oh, okay.
This also takes place before Lois is a senior reporter. She's actually an intern when the movie starts.
Oh, so it's really early. Okay, so it's like this is like the year one kind of thing.
Yeah. That's it, man. It's nothing unique. It's just Superman fighting,
Becoming the
yeah. The story was if I had to pinpoint the most interesting part of the movie was Lobo, and that wasn't really that interesting.
Gotcha.
Lobo's awesome.
Does he?
No,
I think
the
it's
character.
interesting that
Don't
he's
get me wrong.
attacking him
I
because they're
like
supposed to be
Lobo.
friends.
Don't get me wrong. I like Lobo. I think he's really cool, especially like how powerful he is, and that he has the regenerative ability and all that stuff like that. But
In the movie, does he
obviously
refer
his
to himself as the
attitude.
main man?
What?
You got really quiet.
In the movie, does he refer to himself as the main man every time?
Nah, he doesn't say that.
And that's
Oh.
not Lobo. That's garbage.
That's Obo. That's his name back.
Oh, it's the okay. It's the Walgreens version.
But he does hit on Lois though.
I'm sure he does.
Like he's like telling her like what he'd do to her and all this stuff like that.
Oh, what kind of movie
Yeah, it
is
was
this?
pretty crazy. And she's like, because she's like interviewing him, trying to get information like who he is, why did he come to Earth,
Yeah.
and how does he know? She's the one that named him Superman. So how does he know Superman and all blah 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 whatever? And he's like, instead of answering questions, he's like telling her all the sexual things he wants to.
Oh, snap,
how good
Lobo.
he is in bed and what he'll do to her and how he'll make her feel and all that stuff like that. To the point where she's like,
all right, I gotta get out of here.
she's literally fighting throwing up in her mouth.
Oh my god.
That's funny.
So he's probably, I would say he's probably the best part of the movie. Other
Nice.
than that,
Okay.
it's another Superman flick.
Nice. I'm looking forward to the Death in the Family. Hopefully they don't mess that one up. The way they did freaking, what was it? The Joker one?
Oh, Killing Joke.
Yeah, when the first 30 minutes was like, oh, thank you for that what if scenario. No, thank you for the actual story.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think maybe they try to reach a length quota, maybe. But if you never seen the Killing Joke movie, start it, skip exactly 30 minutes, and that's the movie.
Yeah. So if they're doing Death of the Family, or Death in the Family, and hopefully they knock that out of the park. Okay, then round the last.
I'm not like a huge Superman fan, but I don't hate him.
Me neither. That's where I'm at. Like the stories where he's either humanized or he has a connection with the humans that he's protecting. Like I'm cool with. But if it's just him like in the Justice League and he just pow pow pow, I'm like that's boring.
Yeah, I've never like, oh man, Superman. But I don't hate him, but he's not like one of the people that I favor.
Mm-hmm.
But upon seeing Homelander, the whole time I was wishing like, I wish this dude had a run in with Superman. So Superman could body
God,
him.
Homelander to me is like, oh my god, it's you know how you see like the worst things about yourself in a mirror or something, like that image of like, oh, the worst thing that could possibly happen. It's Homelander. When I thought, I'm like, oh my god, that's me if I have powers.
The whole time I saw him and the way he acts and talks and stuff like that, I was just like, man, I wish Superman showed up and was like, this is how you're supposed to be a superhero with these type of powers.
Homelander walking around was like fucking what's his name from Game of Thrones, Brian? When he hits the screen, Ramsey. He was superhero Ramsey, and I'm like, let's go. Go ahead, Kelsey.
Face too.
Yeah, go ahead, Kelsey.
Homelander is basically a giant child, though. Like,
Yes,
he's
he
not
is.
super intelligent, and he plays that character extremely well.
It's really good. Because I mean, spoilers. He basically he's still a child. He was in the lab the entire time. He never had a childhood.
Yeah.
So that's why he acts the way he does. And he gravitated towards Stillwell. What's her name?
Tim.
Not Tim. I forgot
The
her first name.
woman chick?
No, not Maeve.
Oh.
The one that runs Vault. It starts with an
The
M.
one that
Margaret.
he, like, at the very end.
He saw through her.
That's not his mother? That's not his mother? I thought it was his mother. Oh, okay.
No, she just kind of babied him the entire time.
Yeah,
Like, she favored him heavily because
he was the most strongest. So
she was afraid of him, but
yeah, and good reason. We're talking about the boys again because my boy Homelander here. All right then, let's move on. Shall we?
Recommend it?
Yeah, that's what my question was.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think so.
Really? It's a pass?
would you recommend it more than Wasteland 3?
No, the Wasteland 3 sounds like look how many stories he gave us. Are you kidding me? What was missing here, I guess, for it to be recommended? Something like a better villain at the end, like better conflict?
See, sometimes I have these thoughts in my head and I hate to express them because
Keep them contained. Yes, you should get them out.
I feel like when I talk like this or when I think like this, it sounds like I'm better when I'm not. I'm not better because I'm not a professional writer. But I very often find myself feeling like when I see movies or maybe even a show and it's not so good, I think to myself I immediately think to myself how this could have been better.
Well, because you're
And
that's
it's
one
not
way of
just me
saying it. The other the way of saying is how would I have done it differently?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like how it's going to be better because I did it this way. It's like this is how I would have done it.
See, here's my thing with Superman. Superman is like obviously OP. Okay.
Yeah, he's very like yeah.
There are a lot of characters OP, and particularly my favorite character, Norman Rad. Like, he's extremely OP.
Okay.
I think that in order to make the character more compelling or likable, people say humanize, and I think what people mean by humanize is like you have to get that person an internal and external struggle, which means that you have to take him off of Earth. He has to leave Earth and he has to go somewhere else.
And,
He has to deal with people who
On his
are
level.
on his level and higher, so that he has. Because to be quite honest, there's only two weaknesses that they give him: either kryptonite or block him from the sun.
Well, and also
The
Lois.
third one.
Well,
So-
love.
His actual weaknesses are kryptonite and magic.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah, I
that's
forgot
true.
about
Magic.
magic,
Yeah, I
yeah.
forgot. Well,
And
also
lead.
and what?
Well, he just can't see through lead. It ain't his weakness.
That means sounds like a weakness to me. You know what I'm saying? That means I can hide behind a wall.
I
of
mean,
lead.
you could just tear it open and you
He won't know
can
I'm
see
there.
what's on the other side.
He won't know I'm there. I'm gonna be like a mouse, quiet.
Then he can hear you. He can hear you breathing. He has super
I
hearing.
think,
I'm
I
holding my
think the
breath.
whole reason that they don't separate him from Earth too much is that is his weakness. Since if you look at him, you lose because he's that fucking broken. They said he knows a mental kung fu. What the fuck does that mean?
Who said that?
Who the heck said that?
Yeah,
That's
who's
one of his abilities in one of the movies or something like that.
mental kung?
Probably like the ability to like fight hypnosis or
That sounds more on
somebody
point.
trying to like brute force their way into the mind.
Okay.
But why say it like that?
Because one, it sounds funny. Two, now that Kelsey explained it, I'm like, okay, that makes more sense. To
Yeah,
fight
the
off
whole-
any like mental invasion. But you just walk up to me and say mental kung fu. Yeah, that sounds crazy.
The whole point of him never leaving is, again, what Injustice wrote so beautifully, is you take his
Limit.
his whole reason for being there is to protect the people, protect the city, protect, I guess, his family. And if you lose all that, you've truly beaten Superman, as Joker showed. Takes one bad day from being him.
Mm-hmm. God, so good. That intro to Injustice is so good. That year, the first year, the book, the year one, fuck off, dude.
Read all 5 of them then.
I when I get to it, you know what I'm saying?
Bitch.
Damn, you guys are just cowabunga comboing me, dude.
What else were you saying though, Randall? Is there anything else that you think
I
that they
have
don't
no
do
idea
well?
where I was going. I
We
forget.
this episode was a derailing episode because we've just been going off key like all day. You know what I'm saying?
I do have a quick question before we move on.
Go for it.
Randall, are you gonna? I think you said you hadn't played Samurai Jack since you had talked about it.
No.
Are you gonna go back and play it since you've seen me finish it?
He said no.
No.
He gave me a stern look and said no. That's unfortunate, man.
Yeah, because I paid money for that game.
I know. Well, Randall, us as now professional curators, that's what we do for the people. You're welcome, people.
You know what sucks?
What's up?
Vacuums.
Is that I was super excited because on the Steam thing it said very positive. So I'm asking myself right now, who are these very positive people?
People like
They're the people that
myself.
play everything on super easy.
Yes, like the probably myself. They played it on normal or easy. Played it through once, and they're like, "Yeah, I had a great time," and didn't either do the hardest difficulty or just, you know.
You know, I want to go back. I want to go look at all of the reviews and be like, see if anybody marks it as like hardest difficulty and a positive review, because I definitely don't have a positive review of it. I mean, I think it's really stupid how they do it.
All right, so my fingers are crossed for Crash Bandicoot because it looks great so far. I was hoping for the nostalgia trip. So
I mean, the what is it, the Insane trilogy or whatever that they re-released?
oh, that's fantastic. I played
Oh,
that.
I
I have it
love
on.
that.
I have it on
Like-
PlayStation. That's great. They just literally remade it with better graphics. I highly recommend it. But the new one, that's where I want to make sure that it still has that same charm as the old 3. Oh yeah, then Trilogy. If you guys don't have it, it's on everything. You can get it on your Switch, so you can play Crash on the go. It's on PlayStation. It's on PC. It's on Xbox. Get it. Classic. Whoa. And then last but not least, Randall. Nas, new album.
Oh, I was like, what else did I put on there?
I also listened to this album, but I didn't put it on there because I only listened to it once. So
I haven't heard it yet.
Only thing
Only thing I have to say is that it's good. It's Nas.
yeah, I have to agree with the first playthrough. I already have like not a majority. How much tracks? There's like 12 tracks, right?
I don't remember.
I got a good portion of it in my library.
Yeah.
With one, I think I shared Brian. I'm like, that's gonna be in your playlist. I think I remember in the Discord I sent to Brian. And I think it's
heard that.
This is gonna be a stupid question, but I honestly don't know the answer.
Go for
Is
it.
Nas and Little Nas X two different people?
Yes.
Or is it like he transitioned from one to the other?
Nope, two different people. Lil Nas X is the most recent artist that came out with Old Town Road. Nas is an OG hip hop artist from the early 90s. Late 80s? He was in the 80s? Late 80s, yeah. He was with people like with Jay-Z and
but
stuff.
I don't know. I don't recognize him off just the name.
Maybe something off of
You've played most of the Tony Hawk games, right?
Yeah, I played
You
all
know
of
that
them.
one song where it's like, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine. Whose world is this?
The World Is Yours.
That's
Yeah.
Nas.
That's not what
Okay.
we're talking about. Speaking of, oh no, you guys said you weren't going to play Tony Hawk. All right, we'll go
Not
back.
the-
You can
no,
customize in that one. In the new one, you can customize.
It sounds like
like-
Brian really wants to play it now.
Don't get me wrong. I love the Tony Hawk Pro Skater series. I'm not spending money on the re-release of these two because, like, that game was one of those. It was like a time game, you know, where you're growing up. You know, I went through the skateboarding phase and things, and it was awesome. It was a lot of fun. Played the hell out of those games. But now it's like I just want to listen to the music, and I can load up Spotify or something anytime I want to.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but Bucky Lasek is playable.
But
He
what?
got you, bro. Bucky Lasek, the
Oh, Bucky
skateboarder.
Elastic? Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm with Randall on this. Back to Nas. I heard it like a week or two late, and there's some dope ass tracks on there. Instrumentals are great. He's got the storytelling back again. Like he has a bunch of tracks with him is actually like in rhythm, like in good flow, good writing, storytelling, some stuff. And then there's some stuff on there that like I told Brian where it's just dumb brazy stuff, but he actually does really good in it. And then there's relationship songs. I think it's "Replace Me" is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good. That he knocks out of the park. Also, with kind of like a storytelling vibe to it, with some of his verses in it. The features are pretty decent.
The Firm. Foxy Brown. I don't know where she's been. But
Yeah, she's back in it. ASAP Ferg is in the song. I don't know. It's just a good collection of tracks, man. Like I haven't heard Nas and
producers too. I saw Hit Boy was on there.
I think Hit Boy is the one with ASAP Ferg in it. I think that's the same one. Anyway, but it's I'm digging it. If you're a Nas fan, I think you'll find something that you like in here. And if not, listen. If you've never heard Nas because you're like a youngin', I recommend listening to it. It's not as your first album from him, but there's some dope tracks in here. And that's really much all I gotta say. And Randall, you just said it was just good.
Rappers,
Yeah,
I'm
of
over here
course.
just not listening to his album yet because I'm garbage.
Who?
No, this is one of my favorites, and I'm just like, no, I haven't gotten to it.
I think you'll like it. I think, I definitely think you'll get. There's definitely gonna be some track like I'm like, Brian's got to like this. The Dumb Brazen one, I there's no way. If you come back and be like, I didn't like it, I'm like, I don't know you anymore. And that's about it for consumings. Anything else you guys want to throw in there, even though it's not on the doc? Before we wrap this thing up.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know that there's anything else I've been doing. Just been frustrated with that fucking game.
I mean, now you're free, man. Now you can try something else, you know?
Like, on the one hand, I really want to beat it on the hardest difficulty. Just
Don't
to
put
be-
Why?
yourself. Don't put yourself.
What possible reason would you want to do that? Why? Give me one good reason.
You got Randall mad.
just to do it. Like, you know, like
There's
I
probably
would have done it the first time, but you know, you couldn't.
See,
And
there's
who-
a better game that you can do that with that you've already played. and it rhymes with boom eternal.
Oh, but he already did that. Didn't you already run it
Hardest
through?
difficulty?
Well, I mean, like the hardest difficulty is just the same thing. You can't die.
Yeah, it's just one life.
Well, that seems more rewarding than hating yourself.
I guess, but okay. I mean, I don't agree with that, but if you already beat it on the hardest difficulty, just adding not dying is like, all right. Brian, what? Away from the mic, please. It's like
Isn't
we're
that
dying
weird?
on during the podcast.
Look. See?
That's better than like Brian, when it's here. I think my neck broke.
Good.
Oh my god. Yeah, Doom Eternal on the hardest. Like, dang, this year's gonna be great. My top 10 this year's gonna be literally me pulling out my hair in front of the fucking screen. And that's
When is the Game Awards?
The Game Awards are usually December, about the same time we do our awards, which is better.
As soon as I see 1.0 behind a certain game, I already have at least my second game.
Facts. I forgot about that loophole. When you said 1.0 is coming out this year, I'm like, well, guess what's making it top 10?
Top 2 for me.
Oh, I don't know if it's that high yet. It's really good, but Cyberpunk.
Yep.
You haven't even beat it yet, though.
You saw
I
how
think
close
we
I
all
got.
know what's going to be Game of the Year.
For you, yeah. Cyberpunk.
No, I'm talking about for the awards.
Oh,
I'm
for
not
the
talking
Game
about
Awards?
yeah.
Most likely it's going to be Cyberpunk. Like, unless it
Didn't
flops.
Cyberpunk already get Best RPG from something, or not? Maybe not a Best RPG. What was it?
It might have gotten a Best of Show when it was at E3.
Yeah, and I think, and then like them and Fall Guys were talking on Twitter, and Fall Guys were like, "Congrats," and Twitter and Cyberpunk was like, "Nah, bro, your game is the shit. As soon as they give us the trophy, we're just gonna mail it to you because this is bullshit that we got it."
No, those are facts. Like, Fall Guys has made my top 10 like out of nowhere. Like, I played, I'm like, oh, this is pretty fun. Then we kept playing. I'm like, no, this game definitely needs some recognition.
It's on my top
that's
10, but I need changes.
Yeah, that's definitely on my top 10 too.
Because that is just like the most accessible fun that you can do. Like, it's anyone can just come
When
in.
you see games like that, don't it kind of bother you a little bit? You think to yourself, why didn't I come up with this game? It's so simple, but yet so fun.
No, it doesn't bother me. It gets me happy. So I'm like, oh, we're not.
We had that thought in when we were in college when I made a game with zombies and it came out. That pissed me off.
Oh, the Kelsey was tight for months.
Really?
Fuck.
Why you had that in your mind already?
No, because he saw that game. He's like, there's
it's-
nothing to this.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like the guy made like over $1 million in sales off of the first weekend, and it was like
Nothing in it, dude. Like, it was like almost
It was
nothing.
something like one person could make.
It was one person who made it.
It was one person that made it. It was like, I mean, I think we had better games in SGD than that thing, you know.
Goes to show you, man. You shouldn't sit on any idea. Just put it out there, see what happens.
Yeah, man.
Now,
So what?
nowadays, people like absurd. You know when people own or have bought Shower with Your Dad Simulator?
That was gifted to me. I still need. Damn, I owe E-Man a gameplay of that because I've been like, oh, I'm gonna make a gameplay of that. I have yet to play it.
Of what game? Sorry, I missed it.
Shower with your dad.
Is that really a game?
Yeah,
How? Who approved this?
on
Dude,
Steam.
there's all sorts of shit on Steam. Have you
once-
not seen?
Once Steam was like, bro, I can't see past my money. Just open the fucking floodgates. Who cares what gets on this goddamn store? It just went, and anything is on there now.
What was that dumbass game that I think Bryant gifted it to me, that unicorn
Oh
thing?
no, that wasn't me. That was Nick.
Oh, that was Nick, yeah. Like
It's like Secrets of the Crystal or something like that.
something with the crystal. Like, holy fuck, dude. It was terrible.
It's just they don't care anymore. They're just rolling in it because any sale they make of those great indie games, they get a cut of it. So who cares? Let the floodgates open. Now there's like to curate. Godspeed, dude. A bajillion different types of tags on a bajillion different types of games, and it's like no direction there. It's just you made something, put it on Steam.
I keep telling you guys we should make something.
Like a baby.
A game.
Oh.
man.
Oh,
I mean, I was interested in the baby part.
Yeah, I'm like, that's crazy. I don't know how you're gonna pull off the science in
And
that.
every time I say this, you guys joke about it, but then we could make a lot of money, even if it's one game.
We could.
I mean, if
We
the,
got all the
made that
bases
for me.
covered too. You got a audio engineer. We got 2 programmers and an artist. We got everything covered. Only thing we need is testers.
what's crazy is with 4 guys, the amount of money we would make that we made a baby with between 4 guys. That's crazy money.
And then more people would know about us because of the memes.
Yeah. You know
That's
how?
not the life I want to live.
5 guys would be 4 guys, but scientifically.
You know the movie Four Brothers? They'd
Ooh.
meme us and be like 4 fathers.
Oh shit.
Come on, man. I want to be Tyrese.
I guess I'll be Wahlberg.
Why would you be Wahlberg?
I can do a Boston accent. Without
Well,
a problem.
I'm not being the one
Without
that
a
dies.
problem. Back from Boston. You get in the car. I can do that all day. Anything else? Would you like me to repeat the answers?
Never mind. I want to be
Andre?
I want to be Andre 3000. I forgot he was the other brother.
When you said Tyrese, I'm like, why didn't he just pick Andre? He's a music guy.
I forgot it was him.
Because he was making bad decisions.
And maybe that too. Brian remembered he did he was the bad guy. Not the bad guy. He just did bad things. He paid the wrong. All right, so that's that. Wrap up.
So who's going to make the first move to go to the movies?
Nah, man. I want to go. I want to go see Tenet. I do want to go see Tenet, but I'm not gonna make the first move. I might just wait for that to go digital. I want to go see Tenet though.
Kelsey, I feel like Kelsey is going to be the first of us
He doesn't really go watch.
what?
He has.
to go to the movie theater.
Why would I be the first? I don't
Yeah,
know the movies.
yeah. He doesn't. That was a bad. That was a bad take, man.
Like,
I don't think
unless
so.
unless it's like something that's like, oh my god, we're gonna go see this, in,
Yeah,
like the
there's-
Avengers stuff. Yeah.
But besides
So when
that,
Black Widow comes out, you're not going to be tempted to go to the theater?
I mean, that one probably will. I think Shannon wants to go see that one.
that one actually looks pretty fun though.
Will you? Are
Look
you?
at
Gonna,
Brian's face.
are you going to go? What? Did you forget about that movie?
No, he'd rather watch that than Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
That's another one that I'm tempted to go watch because I wanted to watch it. The trailer looked fun, so I'm like, oh, and we got what's his name from Stranger Things in there. Looks like he's doing a good job.
Who?
The chief, the cop from Stranger Things, Hoffman. No,
Oh yeah.
The guy
Hopper,
who plays Hellboy.
and that too. And then what's her name from that played Paige in the WWE movie? Fighting with My Family.
That plays her sister,
Yeah,
or alleged sister.
yeah. So like that.
Robert Downey Jr. is in it too.
So like, I mean, I'm tempted, but it's like, do I really just want to hand my life over to disease? Oh,
You guys
man.
remember that one movie where Tim Allen becomes a dog? Robert Downey Jr. is the antagonist in that.
I don't remember that at all.
What movie
What?
is that?
Where Tim Allen becomes a dog.
I forgot the name of the movie.
The Shaggy Dog.
Yeah. Robert Downey Jr. is the antagonist.
Kelsey, could you just for content's sake tell me exactly what you typed in Google?
Tim Allen becomes a dog. It actually auto-completed it for me.
Wait, what did you type? How far did you type before it filled in? Did you
I
write
typed
Tim Allen?
Beco, and then it says a dog. And it finished the rest of it. And I was like, okay.
Now,
Clearly
if
this
you
is something that people search.
if you just typed in Tim and then it filled out the rest of it, would you be creeped out?
I mean, it's done that for me with a bunch of shit. Where
Well,
I'm
makes
like,
makes me wonder if they're listening to us, man, because that junk has happened.
it does.
I've had a conversation
They
with somebody.
publicly come out and said that the searches are tailored to you as a person.
Yeah,
Like,
that's not.
if
That's
you
not.
have
No,
any
no,
sort
no.
of pattern.
You guys are
that-
misunderstanding me. That's not what I'm talking
No,
about.
I understand you, but
I've had a
promise you-
conversation with Anthony verbally about something. Went in my room and either typed the first letter or just clicked on something and it was what we were talking about.
Ain't no
Have you
words.
not seen the Facebook memes? Like, people are like, I had this thought 6 years ago that I've never told anybody, didn't write it down, didn't tell a soul, thought about it for 30 seconds the other day. Facebook started showing ads of that.
How is that possible?
Well, that's a meme. That's a meme. Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about that particular situation. I'm talking about the example that I gave.
Because there's recorders on your phone, Randall.
So we are being recorded.
Yeah, all the time.
I keep trying to tell you. It's the government, man.
My FBI agent's name is Steve.
That's a pretty good name. I
Sometimes
gotta be honest
when
with
I'm
you.
watching porn on my phone, mine just rewinds it because he likes that scene.
It just goes back. All right. Well, notable releases this week is as follows: Kingdoms of Amalur. How do you pronounce that?
Yeah.
Amalur.
You got it.
Okay, it's a remaster of an older game, the Re-Reckoning edition, I guess. I never played the other one. I think I saw a demo. I saw one of you guys play it, and I was interested in it. And just
Wait a minute.
it just fell through the cracks. What's up?
So you telling me that the FBI or the government or whoever is watching just sees thousands of people masturbating?
No, what's happening is this is the audio that's being fed is fed to the search engines and picking up keywords, and that's tailored to your account that's currently signed in. Is what's probably happening.
That's why when you like fall asleep, Randall, I just keep whispering "Gorillas Wrestling" into your phone, and then that's why I recommend it to you.
Yeah. The same with that's how they get the recommended videos, recommended searches. It's not human people looking through
I
the
thought
searches.
that was illegal. What's the word? How do you phrase it?
I don't know.
I can't think of the word I want to use.
Immoral?
No,
Claustrophobic.
a violation of our rights or something like that.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer.
Privacy.
It might be infringing in our privacy,
Yeah,
but
infringing.
then,
That's the word I was looking for.
but again, that's not humans looking at it. So that's probably how they might have gotten
So
away
because
with it.
it's a computer that's doing it, it makes it.
I don't, Randall.
That's the
Again,
loophole?
I don't know how it actually works. I would imagine that's how it works. It just sends up keywords that you're saying, and then it's like, oh, they might be interested in it because they're talking about it. Boom, it's now in your account.
I'm gonna do
And
a
only you
test.
can see it.
I'm gonna just say cheeseburger bacon patty mad times throughout the day, and if a cheeseburger bacon patty shows up on my search engine, we got a problem.
Why
I
not
mean-
just keep saying an actor's name or something? She's like Gary Busey, Gary Busey.
No, because cheeseburger bacon patty is more. Without a shadow of a doubt, if that shows up, there's no coincidence. That something is going on.
Exactly. Who talks about Gary Busey besides me?
A lot
I
of
don't even
people
know who
actually.
that is.
Gary Busey.
You know who Gary Busey is, Randall? You're lying.
I do.
Yeah, you've seen his face. This guy.
Oh,
Yeah, you've seen his face. Oh,
He looks like he wished you didn't show him.
I was trying to remember what I saw him in.
He
Last.
said, "Oh," and immediately looked away.
you saw him with
Oh.
Scrubs.
He was in a really bad motorcycle accident. Kind of ruined his career.
Oh,
He's in
really?
Scrubs.
Yeah.
He's JD's
The reason
girlfriend.
he looks and talks and acts the way he does now is because he got a.
Nerve damage.
There's a lot of damage. I mean, he's been in a lot of big stuff, but he was in a really bad motorcycle accident. Let's see if I can find it real quick.
He's in Scrubs as well.
Yeah, he played Elliot Reed. That's a reference to anyone who remembers.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the Outer
Yeah,
World.
So real quick, sorry. On December 4th, 1988, Busey was severely injured in a motorcycle accident when she was not wearing a helmet. His skull was fractured and he suffered permanent brain damage.
Oof.
That's messed up, man. Jeez. You said he was riding without a motorcycle helmet?
Yeah.
You gotta stay safe out there, peeps.
Hang on.
Wear a goddamn helmet. I don't
apparently
care if it
Busey
don't make
cites
it
the
look cool.
motorcycle accident as well as a 1995 cocaine overdose as events that strengthen his religious faith.
Okay, so yeah, he went through it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of states don't require motorcycle helmets. They don't require one here in South Carolina.
Really? That's not smart.
I mean, it should definitely, you ride a motorcycle, put a helmet on, man. You just click, you're good to go. You good, Brian? What are you looking at? Okay, you look like you were disgusted by something. So I'm like, what is he looking at right now?
Must have been Randall's latest porn film. It wasn't that good.
That was actually really good. Really lengthy, too. I'm not talking about the video. So then
You
the
all
outer
need
world.
hope.
I need hope?
Help.
Oh, yeah.
You said I'm gonna use Yelp?
Yeah, that's what I said. Use Yelp next time.
The Outer Worlds, Peril on Gorgon is a DLC. I don't know if it's just a small DLC or an actual expansion, but I think it's an expansion for the Outer Worlds. Thank you. And then Bounty Battle, which seems to be an indie fighting game with a bunch of indie game characters that are being featured in it. It's like the Smash Bros, but for indie games. So we'll see how that plays and how well it does. For movies, I didn't see anything that was coming out in theaters this week that was of note. I think the next Bond movie is going to be coming out in a month, which another temptation to go watch because I really want to go see that Bond movie. And for music, I didn't see anything on there, Brian. I don't know if you want to go take a quick look, but I think I saw the Flaming Lips, which is an old band.
Classic stuff.
Yeah.
Flaming Lips, Mastodon, Marilyn Manson.
So
Marilyn Manson is still making music?
it seems like it. I thought he went to the acting.
I'm not saying it like he can't make music, but I just thought
I thought he retired.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
There's I don't know if it's a band or a person just named Doves. I think I'm gonna have to listen to that.
Here we go.
Well, again.
I know. Hey,
Yak
weird.
is hilarious. Good album.
Gotcha. That's it for me, peeps. That's
if you
it.
guys had a band, what would you name it?
Scuff Marks.
The Goldie Flocks.
Mr. Flatulent and the Gas Masters.
God, he won.
He got that from something.
What?
This is actually a suggestion from my dad back when I actually was trying to start a band with some friends. I was on drums.
I think I say on drugs.
Yeah.
That was a perfect
I had
delivery
friends.
of, oh, okay, went outside. It's sad because now imagine him walking to the garage and you have a broom with a face on the guitar, and then you're like, we're going to start a band.
Oh no. Temptation singer Bruce Williamson died from COVID in Las Vegas.
Today? Oh my God.
Yesterday.
Shit.
He was only 49.
The whole band has a depressing story.
I mean, that's a fact. I saw the movie.
To this day, the most depressing movie I've ever seen in my life is the Temptations biopic.
Damn, if I remember the
Have you
name
ever-
of it, I can probably give you
I think it's Mr.
more.
Miyagi from the.
Karate Kid?
Yeah, have you ever read his backstory?
No.
Mm-mm.
You want to talk about a holy shit backstory? Go read his.
Does he have an autobiography out or something, or?
No, let me pull it up. I'll find it for you. But
Alright.
Pat Morita. I think it's his
Stage
just
name?
on his wiki page. It's
Oh.
just amazing. The shit that he
Oh, it's
dealt
already
with.
it's already documented then.
Yeah,
It's on. Okay. Send me a link, por favor,
yeah.
or put it in the
I
podcast.
mean,
call, I
it
guess.
literally is just read over his wiki. It's amazing how much stuff he went through.
Oh, that
Very
show.
close.
Speaking of which, that show that you watch, Cobra Kai, is on Netflix now.
Yeah.
The new season's gonna be on there too. Wrap up. That's right. I didn't see anything on music. Oh, what are we doing this week? Kelsey, what you doing?
I don't actually know this week. Birthday's Friday. Probably gonna do something with Shannon then. But other than that, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I beat Samurai Jack. I'm not like I'm kind of bored with a lot of stuff right now, so I'm just kind of like I don't know what to do.
I mean, that's why you got the Game Pass. Look on there, see if something looks interesting, and then just give it a download. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why it's Game Pass is so good. You just pay just like a Netflix kind of thing.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor, but man, Phil, please pay me. I know some things were said here, but
Yeah, just skip 1 week of your lip ointment.
Here we
and just
go.
Give it to us. Fucking wet ass lips, dude. What the hell?
pay me, please. We can get Brian off.
Oh, pause.
No, that's exactly how I wanted it, man. Yeah, like that. So, actually, gonna be looking like when we get you off. All right. So besides the bird thing, you're just gonna be chilling. You don't know yet.
Yeah, I don't really know what I'm gonna be playing. I don't know. If it starts to cool down here, I might start getting out to the garage and working in there. I want to build a new desktop so that I can put my desktop in the desktop. So I don't want to case anymore.
Run that by me one more time.
Oh,
So-
you put your computer in the table itself.
Yes,
Got
I want to
it.
build like
Got it.
a desk.
A custom tip. Got it.
So I don't need like a full new desk, but I need the desktop part
Mm-hmm.
of it. You know, the thing that you like put everything on, to hold
The components.
all the components, the wires, and everything, and just like have one cord that comes out and you plug into the wall.
Gotcha.
So that way I can actually start using the raised desk part of it again. But I want to like build a little compartment that I can just run all the cables into and like put the actual desktop computer into the thing.
Nice.
You should do that. On top of that, get a Google Home or whatever, mod it so when you say Jarvis, it responds. Put it into the desk and say Jarvis computer on.
I've honestly thought about making trying to make my own Jarvis. You know, where I like get something that just listens to my voice and I say, Jarvis, do this. There's a guy that's on Reddit that's been working on an Iron Man helmet for the last couple of years, and like he had a hands-free test that he posted up like yesterday or the other day before, where he's like he's standing there and he's got like the phone in one hand and his other hand's just up like this, and he's like, Jarvis, open mask. Jarvis,
Oh, yeah, I
close
saw that.
mask. And it literally like opens up like it does for
And
him.
he said something like shut down or off, and then the helmet powers down. And
Yeah.
then he powers it back on. Yeah, I saw that.
Anthony
That was
hasn't said
really cool.
anything because he's already like trying to buy it. That's why he's just quiet.
I haven't said anything because I have a full working suit.
Uh-huh.
Like 9 to 5 it works? Or
Yeah, because I mean I don't have that much battery power yet. I haven't gotten the
Where
thing
does-
that he got.
where does it work?
Have you seen?
Porn
Have you guys
Street.
seen the new AirPods base?
No.
The butt plug looks pretty awesome.
Googling for research.
Oh my goodness.
AirPods base images. Sure is. Wow. That's not it. That's not it, right? That's not it. That's not it. This is like a joke, right? Digital Music News is not a real website. No, there's
No,
more
that's
pictures
real.
of it
You said base?
Base, yeah.
Like
where you put them to charge.
BASS base.
BASE.
How did they get past marketing?
I mean, I guess they're taking care of two demographics.
It's like that thing that they have the toothbrushes that you'd hear like Miley Cyrus. So I guess you just rim yourself, then you get to hear fucking Bon Jovi.
That is crazy, dude. That's not real. Speaking of which, they're gonna have a hardware reveal on the 15th, I think it is. So Randall, if you want to see what's next for your squad.
You want to talk about how shitty Apple's become, aside from everything else that they've done?
I'm about to
Their
say,
new
like,
phones, they're not including a charging cable.
yeah, because you guys have already have it, right?
I think next they're gonna have you assemble your own phone.
You can put together this masterpiece of a work that we designed back in our Apple studios.
Yeah.
You click them together. The satisfaction will make you wet. The eye dry.
Oh.
And enough of that garbage. Randall, what you doing?
This week?
Nah, 4 weeks from now.
I don't know. That's some Bryant stuff right there. Going into the future.
Speaking of 4 weeks from now, I won't be on that podcast because that's my anniversary.
Okay.
Oh snap! You got plans?
Randall, let's not get too dirty here, all right?
What?
There's plans.
I don't mean those type of plans. I'm talking about what are you planning on doing?
There's
Those
gonna be a lot
plans.
of rope and some screaming.
Oh my God, man.
And then she'll probably also scream
She's
too.
not gonna like it at first, but she's gonna get used to bungee jumping. You guys like how I pulled that together?
Yeah, I like it. That's really good. Oh my god. I spit on myself.
Yeah, Randall's a pervert. What'd you think? Bondage? It's a problem.
4 weeks from now. Just give me the date so I remember.
The 6th.
Okay, cool. Got it. I don't know why I thought 4
October
weeks.
6th?
Yeah, October 6th. What else, Brandon? What you doing?
Damn.
Today is Wednesday. I guess just continue.
Back up?
Today is
Tomorrow's
Tuesday.
Wednesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. So
Randall, it's been 108 episodes.
Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern.
well, I'm thrown off because we didn't work yesterday.
Got it. So you thought we went 2 days into the future?
It's because he used to live in Australia, so he's already in Wednesday.
I'm thinking about downloading NBA 2K21.
Why would you download 2K21, Randall, when you can hit play on Stadia?
Because I want to play it on PC and get the high resolution graphics.
Oh, shit. Okay, hey, that's fair. That's a good point. If you want to
So
localize.
did you get a new graphics card?
I want to.
Yo, he's thinking about getting the 3090, bro.
My body laughed, and then I think he tried to throw up as a response instead of actually laughing. I gagged just now instead of laughing.
Randall was thinking about getting the 3090. No response.
Oh,
Cool.
man.
So 2K21.
Yeah, I'm thinking about playing that. As far as games go, continue working on art.
So when are you streaming 2K21?
That's a good fucking question, Kelsey.
Why are you always instigating this?
I didn't
Why do you
instigate.
like to just throw another log onto the fire?
Because they call me Homelander.
Wasted.
I'm not.
He's been on Randall's stream.
I'm telling you, this is
That's
what's
pretty
going to
good.
happen.
Gonna happen, dude.
This is what's going to happen. I'm keeping it 100.
Oh, good. Not 8 more than
Stack,
92.
my G.
When I stream, what is so funny?
Did you see Brian? What the fuck Brian just did?
I saw him do something like this.
You didn't see it. Don't worry about it. Keep
okay.
going.
I will probably stream when you least expect it.
Oh, when I'm dead.
That sounds.
That
that's the timeline I
would
was
that
going
would
with.
imply that you're expecting me to stream every day.
Yeah.
So are you?
Are you
gonna
serious?
Yes, Randall.
Are they gonna let you back in New York first, or what? What are we?
Somehow he's gonna
God.
stream yesterday, 'cause that's the only time I least expected.
Is my car gonna be done?
No, your car is not going to be done. In fact,
So are we taking? We're gonna take bets.
We can start a pool
on
then.
it. You know, my car is gonna get done before he streams again.
we already
Or more
had this bet and you
consistently.
lost.
First of all, the bet wasn't official.
What do you mean? Everybody was here.
That's not what we. That we just said we
It's
as a
just
joke.
Smash Bros.
Oh no! So now it was a joke.
Yeah.
Before when you said it, it was real. Nobody objected to it. There was no chuckle laughs or nothing like that.
There
It
was,
was.
believe me, there's plenty of laughs.
Oh my god! It was a
We're
bet
talking
already.
about consistency. Here.
Yeah, we're not talking about just
Oh my
once.
God.
Like anybody could just do one random one. Like you could do it tomorrow where you load it up for 5 seconds and go, okay, I streamed, and then cut it off. talking like consistent, like, you know, picking a day in the week when you're streaming and doing stuff.
That's another issue, man. I need to figure out what day. I wanted to stream on Sundays, but I don't know.
Then stream on Sunday. What do you mean you don't know, Randall? It's literally load up OBS and hit start streaming. It's that easy.
And then on top of it, I have to have a game that I want to stream.
Oh, well, I can tell you the top content for you, right? Madden on the hardest difficulty. Tekken Online against some grimy dude. And I don't know how you play 2K. I never heard you get salty on 2K, so I don't know.
I'd actually love to see him play the rest of Samurai Jack.
I'm not playing that game.
I think he got salty. I think I heard him get salty on that, but it wasn't as bad as Madden. Madden by far is the saltiest I've ever heard Randall. To this day.
I want to see Randall get confused, so I want to see him play Undertale.
I don't know if you like it.
Undertale, that sounds familiar.
Brian streamed it for a bit, and then it was also like a very popular game 2018? 2017? I forgot the year it came out. It was one of those things where like Undertale. It was like the journey of the year. All right, so you're streaming Sunday, probably 2K21.
Eventually, I will stream on a Sunday.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. It will happen.
Okay. Bryant, what you doing this week?
I'm watching ReZero tomorrow.
Oh my god, still going. I forgot.
It's 13 episodes, and then there's a break until January. I think this next episode's episode 10 or something. I don't remember. Since I'm not going to be, I guess, home for Sunday morning, I should probably stream during the weekday. I might stream Spirit Fair one of these days.
Where you going on Sunday?
We'll get to it. Sounds like you weren't listening in the beginning of this podcast. Jesus Christ,
see,
108 fucking episodes.
I guess. Yeah, I have one day to stream, so yeah, maybe I'll stream Thursday, some Spirit Fair for a bit. Yeah, I have to play more Dragon Ball now, I guess. So
You got the 7 Dragon Balls?
What'd you say to me?
You got the 7 Dragon Balls?
I'm dog shit now. It's depressing.
Oh, you just gotta hit square.
He's allowed to show him on stream.
Oh shit, that's true. Look at TOS.
Yes, and then the rest of the week, you know.
I do know. No. Wednesday for me.
I didn't ask you yet.
What the hell am I doing tomorrow?
What are you
Streaming
doing?
something, dude. I don't know what the fuck I'm streaming. I'm streaming
Hades?
something. Oh man, you know what I might try out? Nah.
Hades.
I was gonna say spell break, but you guys keep saying it's whatever.
Since you
Spellbreak,
like
yeah.
playing fucking battle royales, then why not try it?
It's like a wizard battle royale. So
Oh yeah, I remember seeing the previews for that.
I was gonna maybe do that. I don't know. It's either that or I'll just fall back to finishing up the Division 2 Manhunt. And then Thursday. Oh, Brian, what are you talking about? No, Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday. Sorry. And then Thursday. Bro, I don't know. I'm streaming tomorrow and Thursday. What? No fucking idea. So Godspeed anyone there. Friday no stream. Because Saturday morning starts my 24-hour stream. Oh. Clickety clackety. For Extra Life. Well, I mean, it's 24 hours because you guys donated your channel points to the goal, which was 100,000 channel points for the month. You guys got it, I think, the last day, right?
Probably.
You guys finished it off with the channel points, so here's me making good on that. Hear me?
Apparently, you can't donate to the channel points unless the person's streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I tried to get on a couple of on one of the days, like right before it was finished off, to donate the points so that the next time you logged in, it was
good to go.
Done.
Yeah, it was finished because I went to go take a piss or something, and then I think E-Man came up while I was away from the stream. I think I was taking a piss or getting water, and I come back, and they're like, "Yo, check your chat." Or I'm like, "What?" And I checked, and they hit it. He had enough. So yeah, that's Saturday, September 12th. I don't know when you're listening to this, but September 12th, early. I don't know what time we're starting yet. I haven't nailed that down, but probably when we wake up, 9, 10, somewhere around there. And then 24 hours of nonstop manliness.
That's every day of my life.
Must be nice.
You ever bench whiskey?
Yeah, a couple
we
barrels a day.
You know?
If you want to stream something on Thursday, we can do Avengers then, I guess.
Well, that's what I was going to say, but I'm like, we don't need to download anything to play it.
How y'all gonna play it then?
What do you mean, how are we going to play it? We have it on Stadia.
He has Stadia?
Everyone on the planet with a Gmail account has Stadia, Randall, for the 12th time now.
What about the game?
I don't have Stadia.
He bought it already.
Okay.
Me and him bought it. Oh my god.
You playing this Hawk?
Yeah, he said he's playing Hulk. I liked almost everybody I played, so I don't care who I play.
Unless like the combo system is just like, unless I'm playing Marvel while playing this Marvel game, the other person I might be interested in is Black Widow.
She got combos. She got a lot of air combos too.
Did you see that they postponed the announcement of them adding Black Panther?
Yeah. In honor of the passing. But they're also adding, I think they're also adding Strange as well. If I'm not mistaken.
For free?
I don't know if it's free. But I think it's rumored that Strange is going to be added.
And Spidey is only on PlayStation?
For now. It has to be timed. There's no way they're going to leave it on there forever.
Oh my god, man.
It's 2 or 4 in those missions. 2-player, right? 4-player?
Yes, it's 4-player.
4-player for the missions.
The campaign, I think, is still strictly single player, unfortunately.
You guys ever seen any of the Back to the Future movies?
All of
The
them.
first one.
Okay, so you remember when his father was sleeping in his room and he snuck into his room dressed up as a alleged superhero?
Yeah.
And he scared the crap out of him, basically telling him you need to ask his mom out.
Uh-huh.
Every time I hear something about like something that the suits are responsible for, like a decision like what with Spider-Man, like why would you do some dumb junk like that? Oh, because we're Sony. Only Spider-Man is going to be on the Sony PlayStation, and anyone
They still own the Spider-Man rights.
I understand that. I get it. But my point is, it's because of the suits that decisions like this get made.
Yeah, because that means they'll buy it on
every
their console.
time I see stuff like that, I think of that movie, that scene that I wish that somebody would just go to that person's house in the middle of the night and scare the crap out of them. And so I'm like, look, this is dumb. Just release Spider-Man to all consoles, all platforms.
I don't know what to tell you. PS4 has like the hugest install base. The PlayStation 4 consoles everywhere. This is them solidifying that they're going to buy it on.
But this is a clear sign that they don't care about the people.
People who think that companies care about them are already in the wrong. It is rare, and it's not a kind gesture if they do. They're not required to care about you. They're there to make money off of you, and that's all they care about. Like, you pay them for that service. They're not there to be your friends. They're not there to be like, oh man, that's the best company. No, they're not there for that. That's not their primary reason.
That just sounds.
It is always business first. Even CD Projekt Red, there's decisions they make. There's gonna be business decisions they have to make.
Yeah, but
that comes first.
It seems like they make decisions with the people in mind. That's what it seems like.
With them, maybe it's just that they're more in tune, that they know what people like, but because they know what people like, they'll get the dollar monies. That's one way to look at it. I just look at it as like, oh, the 2 Witcher games they made, fucking fire.
Every time he gets me, I'm like, every time he says 2 Witcher, I'm like, what? Oh, right. And I forgot he just disowned one of them. That's another thing. CD Projekt just announced they're going to make an upgraded version for Witcher for the next gen and add ray tracing elements into it. You know how old Witcher is? And they're still going back like, let's add some more stuff for him. And if you already own it, you already get it.
See, and you know what, people, if they had came out and said,
you got to pay X amount of dollars for this upgrade. People would do it because the people love their game, and they know that when they make stuff for them, it's going to be quality. Anytime a company provides something, a service to their people with them in mind, people is like, here, take everything that I have. Like they don't. I don't understand why other companies don't get that.
That facts right there. I don't know if you heard what he said.
No, I didn't.
He said
it's a loyalty program. Like you're buying into the loyalty for the company because they're being fairly open and honest with you. I mean, the thing is that a lot of the companies, like Blizzard and Activision and EA and everything, they had that, and then they got greedy as fuck and just don't care anymore because they're so big. They know that people are going to buy their games regardless.
Yep. So they lost the trust.
It's like buying Alienware. You're paying for the name. You're not like getting quality anymore. You can go elsewhere and get quality. You're just paying for the name.
Apple.
Yeah, like Apple. Ever since Steve Jobs died, Apple's turned into the biggest piece of shit company ever with a lot of their decisions.
Basically, owning Apple is like the reason people do it is just so they can think that they make more money than you.
You mean like their products?
People who like the Apple elitists, I guess, the people who only buy Apple.
Oh,
It's like a symbol of status.
Yeah,
a prestige.
like people who own boats,
Yeah.
you know, or have like a really big house, or Corvette owners. That's an inside car joke. Is my buddy, my buddy who owns the Trans Am, he gives me a hard time all the time about it because like Trans Am parts are all super cheap because it's all GM, and Corvette parts are like it'd be like, oh, I need an oil filter, all right, here you go, it's for a Corvette, and they go like they like put this on and they go, oh, that'll be $55, but it was just $5. Yeah, but you said it was for a Corvette. But that's the same oil filter.
But you got a Corvette.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's bad. That's bad, but funny.
It's hilarious.
And that's about it. Wrapping that thing up. I know there's no hope for the companies anymore, right? You just hope that you get some good shit and move on.
Yeah, like, I mean, I really like what they're doing. I really like what CD Projekt Red is doing because they're really buying into the loyalty program from their fans by like being like, look, we're no microtransactions. We're delaying the game because we want to deliver a good product. We're, being upfront with you, being like, hey, the multiplayer is going to be a separate game that lives on top of the thing. Yes, there will be some microtransactions, but they're not going to be microtransactions like you think all these other companies are doing. When companies come up, or when the news articles are coming up and going, there's going to be microtransactions in
Cyberpunk. They're like, no.
They're like, no, this hasn't changed. It's not going to change. There are not going to be any, transactions in this. Oh, and by the way, if you buy it for an older system and upgrade to the new one, you get the new game for free. Like, it's just the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
They also did, I think they're asked about for PS5 games in that gen, that game's going to cost $69.99, and they're like, we're not doing that.
Yeah, because the standard status quo now is just $60 for a game. You can make a shitload of money with there's a lot more people gaming now. There's millions of people with consoles now, with multiple consoles. You're playing your games on all of those platforms. You're gonna make money. You don't have to jack up the price anymore.
Like, and the best part about this company is that you already know that you're gonna get it. You already know that you're gonna get a good game because of what they did with like the Witcher series, and then now the fact that they've like been like, look, we're really sorry, but we have to push this back. We don't want to, do like these other companies and release some shit game with a 65 gig update on the first day. We want to give you a quality product that's finished from the start. Yes, there's going to be bugs. There's always bugs with the new thing because you people just like figure out all sorts of shit that we can't think of.
Fucking speedrun it.
If I stand on my panini, I can go to the last boss.
Yeah, like it's like, what the hell? How'd you trigger that?
You know, like
And it's
there's
an
all
open
sorts
and
of
it's
stuff
an
like
open
that.
world with so many so many systems at play at first. Like it's an open world game. There's gonna be a bunch of bugs. Like that's what is it? This is not the way the cooking crumbles. It's just the nature, the nature of the beast or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's something we don't gotta worry about. It's just always that's.
If I ever get some dumb money in my lifetime,
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting my own studio.
Nice.
I'm gonna get a horse that drives me.
I've actually been getting the itch to make something again. I've been looking into like, what's Amazon's thing?
Light yard, or lumberyard, I think it is.
Lumberyard, yeah. So I've been looking into that. Or I was looking into that a while ago. But like you know, I've been watching some guy play Garfield's Racing, and you know, they were talking about like Mario Kart and that kind of stuff, and I was like, dude, Diddy Kong Racing for me was the best game ever because you had like land and air battles, you know, and I think there was even some underwater stuff, and like they've kind of combined that stuff into the new Mario Karts. But I think it would be awesome to make like some sort of racer that you could go between the three or have three different style races.
Well, yeah. Well, the Mario Karts now they kind of gave it a linear way where Diddy Kong Racing you can do all three simultaneously. Like you can just pick straight plane and go through that same track and plane and access different parts of the level. Same with the hovercraft is the third one you're talking about, and the same with
Yeah.
the car. And they all have different routes, but it's in one race. Where Mario Kart is like, oh, this section you turn into a plane and then you go back to a
Yeah.
car, and so Diddy Kong did it a little better than Mario Kart did.
Not to mention the boss racing. Like the boss racing was fucking awesome.
Yeah, they also
You
had the
know, where
bosses
you
too.
like you got like a head start, or you could like shoot them to slow them down. Like it was just a really cool design.
Rare made that too, right? It wasn't like a third. They didn't send that to somebody else, right?
Diddy Kong
It was
Racing.
probably rare because they also put Banjo and Kazooie as a character, I think.
But I know
Yeah,
I know they published it. I don't know if they developed it.
Developer was Rare.
Okay, so it was Rare. Man, Rare's
And
golden
Diddy
age was
Kong in
crazy.
there, too.
Yeah, Diddy Kong was in it. I mean, it says Diddy Kong Racing, Brian.
That's not the person I meant, Conquer.
Oh, Conker's bad for a day, yeah.
Fucking idiot.
Brian said, yo, Diddy Kong was in Diddy Kong Racing, bro. No shit.
I mean, they call it Madden, but you can't play as him.
I thought you could. I thought it was like a secret where he's like partly a free agent. You can put him in your thing. No,
Oh.
that was never a thing.
I don't know.
He's nowhere in the game.
Not in the most recent one. I thought there was like an Easter egg in previous games where he's like a free agent. You can put him in any
Nah,
team.
he used to be one of the commentators.
Right. But in the game, like an older game, was there not an Easter egg where he was like a free agent you can pick up and put in your career mode? I don't know what the fuck I'm thinking then. There you go,
No,
EA.
not-
Free
not
idea.
aware of.
See if you take that. Cool. All right. Now we're 3 hours and 40 minutes in. Let's wrap this thing up. Thank you guys for watching the ADLR Podcast, episode 108. Again, September 12th, 24-hour stream. Please donate to the charity. It's not to me. It's to a charity. Proceeds go to the Arnold Palmer Hospital for... I fucked that up. It goes to the Arnold Palmer Hospital for Children. There we go. Not to me, so make sure you get those wallets ready. Save those kids. Make it to 1,000, I shave my head.
English.
Right? And I'm way past February, dude. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching, listening, both. I'll see y'all next week. Bye.